Welcome everybody to another episode of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Tomb of Annihilation. Not my Twitch board there, just ignore that. So just making sure everything was set up and ready. Welcome everybody. We are down a member at the moment, though she may join in at some point. That would be Lyssa today, but otherwise we will start with introductions. We're going to go around the opposite way. I'm Vallen. I'm the one talking right now. I will be playing Ulfgar Holderheck, a dwarven bard who basically doesn't know what the heck he's doing anymore, though he is from the Emerald Enclave and hopes to bring back a group of experienced veterans into the Emerald Enclave, though that's very unlikely in the end. We shall see. So, moving on, we've got Lyssa, who is not present at the moment. Typically, she plays Valia Bonesmasher, Bonebreaker.
Bonesmasher.
Bonesmasher. I had it right the first time. I can't read that. It's really tiny here. And she also has a companion by the name of Flippy that she picked up along the way, which is the little flappy bird at the far end there. She is currently possessed by some kind of spectral god. Yay. Moving on from her, we've got Kellisto.
I am Callisto the Bear God Clan, and I am currently possessed by a frog god, whose name I can't remember right now.
Kubazan.
So I have plans to torture Ulfgar.
More than your usual?
Wow.
Yep.
All right, and then next to Kellisto, we've got Nerevar.
That's me, and I'll be playing as Tobias Salazar, who is commanding his Eidolon Arokh Ironscale, and I have a not so much chatting sword right now, but it's very loudly. And I am possessed by a snake god, probably.
Yep.
Yes.
Lower.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's make it 4.
Yep.
I'm basically playing as 4 characters.
Yep. As a quick side note before we get down there to Kashcah is I am also playing, not to think that anybody isn't playing just one character. Oh no, I'm also playing Aelia, who is a Centaur Cleric of the Grave, previously played by RoraxPlays, as she was not able to continue on with the campaign due to time limitations, being on the opposite side of the globe. So I am currently playing her as well as myself. And she's also a multi-class fighter. But moving on from that, we go down to Kashcah.
Yes, hello, I am DM for all of this insanity. It's more like Tomb of Insanity than Tomb of Annihilation at the moment.
I kind of like that. That works.
Asylum of Annihilation.
Yes. Side surfing, all side plate of Annihilation.
So let's do a bit of a recap because there was a lot of possession going on here. But last episode 61, renamed Frog Spawn after what happened. We entered a room of Kubazan worship, which Kubazan is a giant frog-hemoth of the same type that apparently had swallowed Ulfgar in the past. But we failed the puzzle that was in the room, and it turned 4 of the 5 of us into frogs. It turned out Ulfgar's fear of frog-like creatures worked out to the advantage, while 3 wraiths appeared and attacked the group. Luckily, the wraiths were distracted by Ulfgar and Tobias's Eidolons, instead of attacking the poor little helpless frogs that everybody was turned into. After defeating them, the party reunited and rested, turning the others back into their true forms after a time, as it was thankfully just a simple polymorph spell. Repeating the ceremony properly, Kellisto procured the spirit of Kubazan, which is, of course, that frog-hemoth-like entity, giving her great strength and confidence aplenty. We then found a room of curtains, blocking a boar's head that compelled others to place their heads in its mouth.
It's fun times.
Much infighting ensued until Valia finally smashed it. We left for another passage that split. One way led to a waterfall that threw Arokh, one of Tobias's Eidolons, against a wall, while the other led to a skeleton key in a room of platforms, which you see behind here, with a grim statue beyond it on the far end, right there. I lost my placement. There it is. And another room with a clay statue in a floor pit wearing a key with a chest at its feet, though it seemed like it might have some kind of solid surface above it, or it's an illusion or something. Who knows? Beyond that was a door with a mirror and several indentations in that door. Kellisto and Ulfgar finished exploring that route and tried to return, only to have Ulfgar fall into the room of platforms. Take it away, Kashcah.
So yeah, you were falling, and I believe you said before I can even tell you were falling.
A spell while I'm falling as a
that
reaction.
You wanted to take your reaction to cast Featherfall. So yeah, this is 60 feet deep here, and yeah, you're able to cast Featherfall before you hit the ground.
Splat.
So you gently float to the bottom of the pit.
Titup.
Bottom of the room.
Ulfgar says, whoopsie.
So hang on, before you continue there, Tobias, what are you up to? We've spent quite a bit of time while Kellisto and Ulfgar were exploring. So I know Arokh had explored this room a bit, but what would you like to do at this point?
We exactly don't know what happened with Kellisto and Ulfgar.
Yeah. Ulfgar, do you think you would have made any noise when you missed the jump, or would you have cried out? Would you have...
Just enough to cast the spell.
Okay. Alright, then yeah, it's kind of... you don't know what's going on. They disappeared into the crawlway, and after that, you're not sure.
Yeah, but I would like to go and take a closer look on this puddle.
Oh yeah, okay.
Along with Arokh.
Okay, cool. So let me describe this, because I think I did a terrible job describing it last time. So let me do hopefully a better description of it this time.
Go ahead.
So in the walls of this wall particularly has murals on it, and the murals show animal-headed humanoids in armor, and there are hooks kind of positioned strategically in the mural to hold a real weapon, right? So it's this super fancy weapon hanging. And what I want to describe more thoroughly is what the murals are, right? So standing right here, with the crawlway kind of between its feet, is a stork-headed man with hand axes. So that's kind of on the wall right there, right? Then right next to it, kind of here, are lizard-headed females, lizard-headed women with maces. A little bit further down, right here, panther-headed men with blowguns. So that's right here. And then a little bit further down still here, there's some unarmed, hawk-headed women. So these ladies have no weapons. Then here, goat-headed men with sickles. And then finally, right around here, frog-headed women with tridents.
So, Torx headed humanoids with axes. Was Panther or Pumas? Panthers.
Here, actually, do you want me to just put it in chat with that?
In chat.
Okie doke. Let's do that. Hang on one sec, 'cause there's some text in there that I'm not able to share, so let's... Okay, oh, whoa. That scrolls very quickly. Oh, stop it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
Did I ask too much?
You've drawn an audience, by the way. Aelia has come down, as well as Valia and Flippy. And they're looking, or at least Aelia is looking from the hallway. Valia is just kind of like playing with Flippy in the hallway.
There we go. So it's that, right? But it goes kind of like from this end, like storks are this end, frogs are this end.
Oh, do I see where the waters are going out? Is there a grade or something?
No, you do not see where the waters are going out. It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle.
Aelia says to Arokh, "Is this what threw you against the wall?" And she gestures with her spear towards the waterfall.
Arokh would reply, I didn't want to talk about that.
Is it some kind of force field, or did it actually pick you up?
I got flushed.
Oh, poor Arokh.
Okay, as I'm going towards the waterfall, I would like to investigate it. Is there a way to block it, or just waterfall just comes out of the thin air?
Yeah, and you don't see. Oh, well, roll a perception check.
Perception.
Okay. I can tell you don't see any source in the ceiling. There's no opening or spouts or anything like that. The water just seems to appear at the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And the water just seems to disappear at the floor.
Aelia goes up to the wall and starts looking at the different inscriptions and everything.
Okay.
Can you give a more description of the hawk-headed females? Is there anything to them? Is there... It says that they are unarmed.
Yeah, so they...
Is there a spot where they... These are reliefs in the wall? Are they statues?
These are murals painted on the wall. But for the lizards, there's a couple of kind of well-placed subtle hooks where maces are actually resting. So it looks like they're carrying the maces, but actually there's just these kind of clever little hooks that are holding the maces up.
Is it the same way with the hawk-headed females, but there's no weapon?
No, they don't look like they should be holding anything. Their hands are just kind of their hands are just resting, I would say.
I have a question. Does this represent a scene, or they are just depiction of just figures holding a weapons, or there's something more going on?
Yeah, there isn't really a background or anything in there in the mural, so it doesn't seem to be any kind of context to it. There's no particular scene. It's just the figures themselves.
There's no water in the mural?
There's no water in the mural. I would like Aelia to make a perception check, though.
Okay.
There's something kind of odd about the wall there. It's right here. Something kind of odd looking about the wall itself.
Is that where the hawk-headed females are?
Yes.
Yeah, she thoroughly inspects that spot because She's got something in mind. I looked at her intelligence score, and I'm pretty sure that she'd be able to figure this out. She says, I remember when Ulfgar said, while he was writing things down from that plaque, it said, walk through water with weapon in hand. And she says this while she's inspecting the wall. She says, this seems strange to me that these ones have no weapons and the others do.
Okay. So when, so she's inspecting it, like, is she just like kind of squinting at it?
No,
like,
she's hands-on.
Okay. So when she tries to touch the wall, actually, her hands just pass through.
Oh.
And
okay.
There's no wall there at all.
So you hear her voice start entering into like this other room because she kind of lurches forward thinking that she'd be able to do that. She goes, oh, I think I've found something. You see a horse butt sticking out of the wall.
So if she's sticking her head through,
yeah,
then she sees a stone plinth bearing a crystal sphere that's about 1 inch in diameter. And it is pale purple.
Crystal
Actually, it
sphere?
looks kind of like an eyeball.
There's a crystal sphere?
Yes.
Looks like an eyeball sitting on a plinth. It's not floating or anything like that.
Right. Not floating. It's just sitting on the top of a plinth, and it's pale purple.
Is there any movement about it? Like
Nope.
it's giving off light or anything like
Nope.
that? She says, I seem to have found an eyeball. She takes the butt of her spear and just kind of lightly touches it to the end of the eyeball.
What?
An eyeball, a crystal eye.
So when you touch the eyeball, are you pushing it, or are
No,
you
just
kinda
touching to see if
tapping
it's going to react.
it? Oh, yeah, nothing happens.
Okay. And she says, I don't know if this is magically trapped. And she backs out and says, there's some kind of crystal eyeball on a plinth in there. I don't know if it's going to set off some kind of reaction if we touch it. I tapped it with the butt of my spear, but and she kind of shrugs her shoulders. Excuse me.
What did you say about walking through water with weapon in hand?
Yes. That's on the plaque in the hallway. One of the sayings was to walk through water with weapon in hand. And it seemed strange that this spot on the wall was the only one without a weapon. And there's water right there that you can't walk through.
Yeah, and that water was pushed me back.
There we go.
Said Arokh.
Secret door.
Actually, can I? Hang on one sec. Maybe I can. Does that still look like?
It looks like wall.
Okay. I think. No, is it on the map level? What the fluff? I gotta find what level this is. Okay, go on. Sorry.
So Aelia says, should we try removing the eye and see what happens, or I'm not familiar with it. Actually, would it be some kind of religious information about it, perhaps? Oh, there, now we can see it.
There it is. I just moved it to the wrong layer, actually. Oh, that's fine. It can stay there.
Would there be any religious connotation about it that she'd be able to detect? How's that?
You have religion, right? That's a skill still? I think.
Rolling.
Okay.
8.
Oh, is it not? Okay, that's weird. It didn't show up for me. No, you don't find any religious symbolism in this plinth and crystal eye.
She says that I'm unfamiliar with this. I don't think that it's religious in nature. Perhaps it's magical. And she kind of motions towards you, Tobias.
Mm.
And oh god.
Can I use Arcana check?
Yeah.
About to see about the nature of this thing. Is Arcana? Boink.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you know all the things.
It's not magical. Wow.
Actually, yeah, it does not. That crystal eye and the plinth, this whole little alcove, does not seem to be magical.
Valia walks up. What y'all looking at? Flippy, come back.
Tobias, you have noticed, right? While you're studying the water curtain, you can see on the other side of the water curtain, along the wall, right, are placed murals, exactly like, you see on this side, but in reverse order. So like the frogmen are here, or frog ladies, excuse me, frog ladies are here, goat men are here, unarmed ladies, hawk ladies are here. So you see the same thing but in reverse order along that wall.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything on this wall?
No.
This one.
Which? Okay. I'm going to go to the closest mural and I'm going to take a weapon that it's holding.
Okay. So you look like you're taking probably a sickle from where your token is.
Okay. Arokh, may I ask you about the assistance? Just be sure to catch me if I'm going to be flushed.
Valia starts inspecting the little opening back here while Aelia braces herself for Tobias to be thrown back.
Okay, I'll come to that in a sec.
Okay, with the sickle in hand, I'm going to go through one foot at a time.
Alright, so as soon as you kind of step forward into the wall, the same thing happens. A massive kind of eruption of water, and this huge wave just explodes from like this curtain area, and is.
The question is, do I get pushed?
You do, yes. So please make a strength saving throw. Please roll strength.
Oh boy, it's -1.
Oh, you still make it though. So okay, so you're able to kind of like maybe because you knew there's a chance of this might happening. Wow, that's such a you knew there was a chance that this might happen, right? So you kind of braced yourself as you were taking a step through it, and sure enough, the water just surged, and so you weren't caught by surprise. So so you still take some damage, right? And you're still pushed back towards Arokh, and tries to grab you, and you're gonna take because he's grabbing you. You're not. Well, actually, have Arokh make a dexterity check. See, make sure he doesn't like get distracted.
Leave his mouth open as you come flying at him.
Okay. Yep. So he can grab you. But you do take still 1d6 damage. So you take 2 damage from just the sheer strength of the water. But you're not like pushed back against the wall. You don't fall prone. For Aelia and Valia and Flippy, there is this massive surge of water. But they seem to be able to, like, it's by the time it gets to them, it's not as strong, so it doesn't kind of pushes, and Aelia, can quite easily brace herself with all 4 feet, and Valia can use the alcove there. She kind of I have to grab onto the alcove to kind of brace herself a little bit against the surge of the water, but it's not nearly as strong as when you're standing like up close and personal. And then the water disappears, gets to the end of the hallway, and just whoosh, disappears into nothing.
Waterfalls still remains.
Yep, the curtain is still flowing.
Valia says, Flippy, yeah, you stay over there. You're gonna get in the way over here. And would you all stop trying to, like, flush me or something? I'm just trying to check out this hole.
Okay, so this. She has dark vision, right?
Valia? No.
No? How's she seeing down the hole?
She usually carries a torch with her, but if she got... I don't know how saturated she got.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been that high by the time it got to her. Maybe like
Okay.
up to her waist. But if she was carrying a torch, she could easily have just held it up above the water.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay, so she can probably see like...
Okay, yep. That's about as far as the torch goes.
Okay, there we go. There's a crawlway, goes down and looks like just at the end of her vision, it looks like it's starting to curve round.
How big is this opening?
It is pretty tiny, right? Like she could probably fit, but it would be a squeeze. She'd be like, you know.
Is it really short as well?
Yeah, it's short and skinny, and you have to kind of squish yourself in there.
So it looks like there's some kind of toilet drain. And she stops inspecting it. And walks over to see what everybody was poking their heads through the wall about.
Okay.
She looks in there and goes, oh man, I wish Kellisto was here. After seeing this crystal eye.
Okay. So speaking of which, let's hop over to you guys, Ulfgar and Kellisto.
Ulfgar's at the bottom of the pit going... and only getting like an inch off the ground.
How deep is this pit again?
60 feet.
He's like, well, while I'm down here, might as well have a look.
Do you have any way of getting back up?
He just kind of shrugs his shoulders.
Okay. Go look and I'll wait and yell at me if you need me.
Sure. He says, just to make things a bit easier. And he casts light on Bob.
Okay.
And he's got both Bob and the adamantine rapier out.
Okay.
And he slowly starts creeping his way, like, I don't know, along here, there, just looking things around, see what he can see. I'm sure you see my
Yep, I do.
arrows. Just until he gets to about there-ish, unless he sees something of some consequence in the meantime.
Okay. So, I mean, it's rough-hewn stone, basically. Pretty freaking boring, actually. And the undersides of the platform look like they're wooden as well. Yeah, it just looks like...
How are they suspended, or are they just large posts?
No, they're not posts, and they're not suspended. They are just floating.
Oh.
Magic.
Oh.
Rad.
Did not realize. That's even better.
So you get to the end there, and you can see a good, get a good view of the statue that Kellisto was talking about.
At least the underside of its chin, right?
Yeah, and it looks like a demon.
There's no stairs, ladders, footholds. It's fairly smooth stuff.
Correct. Make an Arcana check. See if you recognize what the statue depicts.
Okay.
No.
Nope. And the shadows and everything really mess it up from here. That and the banister rail.
You can see it's got wings, and it has both its hands outstretched like this, with making fists you know.
Okay.
So the hands are like clenched.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't think he's got much that he can do at the moment. He works his way back over to Kellisto and says, "Well, unless I use some really heavy magic, I don't think I'm getting up out of here that easy." And he kind of looks over to where he remembered the lever to be, and he's like, "I suppose the lever might help, but it also could end up doing something crazy, like dropping the floor out and into a pit of lava or something crazy. And then best I could do is feather fall slowly into my death. So I'm open to suggestions."
Like the guy in Volcano, where it's like jumps off the train.
Mage hand rope.
Hey, you're not there.
I don't even know if he has rope.
I can definitely get you out of there. I'm just trying to see what would be the best.
Turn the whip.
Yeah, I don't know if I have rope or anything.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, but you could use your turn whip spell.
it doesn't
to bring
go.
the-
Doesn't go 60 feet.
Kupazan says, "Pull the lever. Of course it will help."
Dude, I don't trust you.
Oh. Have I led you astray yet? Of course I haven't. In fact, I've made you stronger than ever.
Well, what will pulling the lever do?
I don't know, but it can only help.
Yeah. So I shout down, Ulfgar, don't freak out. I'm gonna climb down.
He starts freaking
as a
out.
spider.
No, I'm kidding.
But roll!
And
Sorry.
you'll have to get on my back, and I can get you out.
Patrol.
All right, and he'll put Bob away, and he'll put the rapier away, and then he'll just kind of grab hold of like as best he can on your backside and secure himself quite well, and he's all right. Let's go.
Well, yeah. So I turned into a
sorry.
giant spider, and
Thought
I
you were-
climbed down there. Well, I was trying to tell you before I did it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That you would freak out.
I'm just used to you doing, so that works.
Yeah. So I climbed down there, and he gets on, and I climb back up.
Yep.
Do I have to roll for anything?
No, you do not. I mean, you're really
Okay.
good at climbing as a giant spider, so
Yeah.
it's no biggie.
Well,
Hang on one sec though. I have a question. I need to look at if a giant spider is large size.
Yes, it's a large beast.
Okay, so when you get to the crawlway, Ulfgar will have to kind of climb off your back before you, because as a large beast, you're not going to fit in the crawlway. So you'd have to like kind of halfway climb out, then transform, and then do the same in reverse. So no big deal.
Do
A
we
small
need to do
detail.
athletics checks for those?
No, I think it's fine.
Cool.
All right. Then I'll turn back into myself as soon as he gets off, and with one hand, hold on and climb myself back up.
And he'll make sure
Let's
to
go find the others.
as well. Aye, let's go.
And we'll head back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you get to here, right? The metal plate is down.
Okay.
I'll
try.
Oh, go on.
Ulfgar will try and help as best he can.
Okay.
In the cramped space.
Okay.
What do you want me to do? Anything? Or is that it? I'm just doing a help action.
So that gives you advantage basically, Kellisto. And I know you can beat the DC, so it's just kind of a matter of how long it takes you to do that.
Apparently, like last time, it'll take me like 50 tries.
You've got a freaking +6. How is this not working?
I had like a strength of 1 before.
Okay.
Oh
But on
my
the third
God.
try, you're able to get it because getting advantage from Ulfgar, Yeah, he's just
Wow.
able to you're able to brace Kellisto basically so she can get better leverage of it. She's not sliding back down the crawlway.
That's what took us so long to get back to him.
So, yep, able to proceed after that without any issue.
Okay.
Okay, and you...
Flippy starts sounding the alert that there's somebody coming. And it's happy that it's Kellisto.
He's
and
doing tippy taps.
Starts doing like a little, like, kind of like brushing you a little bit with its beak and stuff.
And when you get back, you see Valia has got her head stuck in a wall. Like, well, not stuck in a wall. Her head, the upper half of her body looks like it's passing through a wall, basically.
I kind of stop. I'm like, Valia, what are you doing?
Oh, Kellisto! Hey, you need to check this thing out. Wait, what do you think this thing is anyway? She's talking to her, like, other self. She's possessed.
Yep.
Can't remember by who.
Papazotl.
Papazotl.
One
She's
moment.
possessed by a popcorn.
One moment. Oh my god. What does Papazotl say?
You're wasting your time.
Papazotl says, you should just take that and let's get going.
Valia grabs it. It says, Kellisto, look what I found.
Cool. What does it do?
I don't know. I don't know if anything happens, but she just grabs it to show her. Excuse me.
Nothing happens. But Kellisto, make a wisdom roll. Just straight wisdom, like not a save or anything. Just... You think that looks... Like the size of that looks familiar to you, like something you just saw. And it's like right on the tip of your brain.
Ulfgar comes out.
It's bothering you. Like you recognize, it's like you just saw where you should use that and you can't think where it is. Well,
Hey, Ulfgar, do you think that could fit in the slots with the mirror or the... I can't remember, the statue, did it have its hands out like it was holding something but there was nothing there?
So you couldn't actually see inside the statue's hands because they were clenched shut.
Hey, Ulfgar, do you think that would fit into the mirror?
He walks up to Valia and inspects the item that she has in her hand. Says, here, take it. Thing looks boring to me. Ulfgar inspects it thoroughly and sees if it might fit in one of the indentations around the mirror, or if there's...
Yeah, you both think that it would.
Okay. I agree. Yes, I think this'll do. And he walks over to Kellisto and gives it to her. I think you're a bit more sure-footed around here than I am.
So do you want me to go just put it in a slot?
Oh, he says you don't have to go right now, but perhaps you just hang on to this for now.
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay, so you've got a pale purple.
A pale purple what?
A pale purple crystal eyeball. Pale purple. Okay, let me.
I see you. You found. Is that fresh water that we're in here? What's going on with this? That's a pretty waterfall. It's got a reflection.
You see, Tobias is dripping like water all over the floor.
I can't say I blame you. It's a bit stinky in here. I'd have done the same.
Yeah. Do you want to take a turn?
A turn with what? Taking a shower? I'm more of a warm shower type. And he uses prestidigitation to dry off Tobias.
Okay.
Much obliged.
And he says, "That's strange. The room it's like it's got a mirror going into the room, but none of us are visible. You'd think we're all vampires or something." As the old tale goes, that they can't see their themselves in a mirror. But is it a mirror? I take it
It's a curtain of water.
Right. Is it a mirror behind the water? He's asking Tobias.
There's another room,
Oh.
but this waterfall is preventing us from passage.
Right. That's curious. Are there any other doors or secret passageways around? We've been finding those all over the place in this place.
Yeah, true, but there's only this alcove with this ball that Valia's holding.
Ulfgar, being in the opposite side of the room, goes, "Is there one on the opposite side of the wall?" And he starts feeling on the wall on the opposite side. He's just starting to picture that there's going to be secret rooms everywhere at this point.
Yeah, you don't. Well, make a perception check.
And you don't find
it. Yeah.
I'll still roll it. There you go.
Yeah, you don't find anything.
He says, "Oh, I guess not. All right. Well, and I take it you've tried passing through it. All that you ended up succeeding in doing is getting a bit sogged."
That's a word now.
And my pride was damaged.
It's heavily soaked is the dwarven term. Sogged. There you go.
Right, okay.
So, Mr. Frog God, do you know how to get past this wall of water?
Are you actually saying this out loud?
I'm talking to him in my head.
Okay.
He says, well, I'm sure we are strong enough just to make, it's just water. We can pass through it with our strength.
Okay. So, no.
Valia will point out the crawlway.
Ulfgar walks over to it and takes a look down there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Ulfgar can see a little bit further, right? So, able to see that it does go around a corner.
That's strange. I might go have a peek down here. I think I can squeeze in. And he sucks his belly in. And you hear the metal of his armor and stuff go as he's scraping against the wall. It's a bit of a tight fit, but I think I can make it. And he starts trying to go down there if he can.
Yeah, yep, you can. Yeah, it's about the same size as this one, right?
Oh, so. Okay. Well, that's not that bad.
Says you.
Aelia says to Kellisto, "I'd be careful. Upon trying to walk through that waterfall, so far both Tobias and Arokh were thrown back quite heavily from trying to pass through. I feel it has something to do with the plaque in the hallway saying 'Walk through water with weapon in hand' and this mural on the wall. But so far all we were able to do is find an opening with that crystal eye."
No, that's not true. She would have seen Tobias take a sickle from the wall. Actually, I don't know. Tobias might still have the sickle in his hand.
Yeah.
And tried to pass through the water, but it's still.
Yeah, and she did say that
exploded.
Maybe a sickle isn't considered a weapon.
Well, it is a farming implement.
Well, and I look at I can kind of see the murals. The only one that is water, aren't frogs the only one that live in water? Wouldn't the trident be better?
Aelia just kind of shrugs her shoulders and steps into the hallway.
Okay.
Says, "I don't know,
I'll try it.
But I know that it floods this entire passageway if someone's wrong. So I'll step back."
I'm going to grab the trident and I'm going to pull the eye out and have one in each hand.
Well, he's going to step into the alcove.
I try to walk through.
Yep.
Wait, hang on.
Oh,
I'm going to grab her arm. Maybe some assecuration will be in place. Do you have a rope?
Oh yeah. No, I don't know. Somebody's got to have a rope.
Aelia would probably have some rope.
So you want me to tie the rope around me while I go in, or try to anyway?
Yeah, that will be much more safe.
Aelia has some rope.
All right, then I go back.
She
Get
digs.
rope.
Yeah, she digs it out. She hands over the rope, gives it to you.
I tie it around myself, and I hand the other end to Tobias.
And
Hold on.
And he is going to give it to Arokh, and they're going to hold it together.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try to walk through the water.
Okay. So you've got trident in one hand, crystal eye in the other.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, you walk through successfully.
Awesome.
Valia
Tobias
comes out and says,
"Why is swearing in Dragon?" How?
Valia just kind of laughs and points, and then looks over at Tobias and says, "Y'all don't know what you're doing, do you?" Meanwhile, Ulfgar gets to the end down here.
I try to walk back through to the other side again.
Yeah, works fine. You still got both things in your hand, right?
Yes.
Hands.
Yes.
Yeah, works fine.
I look at them. I'm like, I don't know which one of these works, but they both work, or one of them does. So perhaps we need to pass it back and forth.
Valia says, "Why don't you just go have a look?"
Yeah, I could do that. Go back through.
Okay. So you see the murals in reverse order, right? So frog ladies, frog ladies here, goatmen there, hawk ladies here,
Valia says,
panther
"There,
men there,
the hawk ladies. Check out the hawk
and then
ladies."
stork men here. And you do see there's a corridor goes round to the left here. You see the opening for a crawlway there.
I'll inspect the hawk lady.
Okay. How are you inspecting it?
Well, I saw Valia's head in it, so I'm gonna push to see. Physically, I'm touching it.
Okay.
Trying to.
Yeah. So no, not that. This. Okay. So yeah, when you stick your when you try to touch the wall, you find the same thing. That there's no wall there. And if you stick your head through, you'll see another plinth, and it has another crystal eye on it, and this time the eye is bright green.
I'll go ahead and grab it.
Okay.
Oh.
Kubusan says, "Yes, this is what I like to see."
Nabbed.
Okay. You now have the pale purple and the bright green.
Right. But nothing's happened to the water. The water's still there. Right?
Nothing has happened to the water.
I'll walk up to the top and look down the hallway.
Okay. So down the hallway goes a little way down, and then turns round. And then
I will go.
Do you have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because you have it. So you can see down here. There's one kind of opening to. One opening to the right. There, and then another one here, and you see kind of something going on the wall as well, like over here.
I didn't see anything when you said over
Yeah.
here.
I didn't either.
You're not over there. Here.
Oh, sorry. I had my arrow on there.
Sorry.
We'll look down what looks like another hallway.
Okay. This one ends in a door.
Okay. And then I will continue down here.
Okay. It looks like there's like a little. Oh, hang on. Let me describe it to you. The corridor turns sharply left. At the corner, just before the turn, a peephole is carved into the stone wall at the height of 6 feet. So it might be a little taller than you see. This kind of hole. Looks like it's kind of going into the stone.
Well, I am only 5'1", so I can't quite reach it. So I will continue to look.
Okay. And then here, you see another crawlway, and then the hallway turns once more to the left. Another crawlway. Did I say that? Yeah, I said that.
I'll go again.
Okay. And you see. Hang on one second. Let me see if that.
All these crawlways everywhere.
One moment. I need to move a thing. Oh, so I have. What the heck? Oh, okay. Reveal this. Boop. There we go. So here, the corridor ends at a block of stone, which is painted, on which is painted a 7-foot-tall jackal-headed humanoid with a circular gold medallion around its neck. All around the figure are carvings of locusts.
Okay. I'm gonna head back towards the little
The crawlway?
crawlway.
Okay. This goes like that.
If I may interject. Any sight that from what Ulfgar sees down his crawlway?
Yep, sorry, I didn't know you had gone far enough down. So it looks like it opens out into a room.
He would have proceeded into the room.
Okay. Go on then. So here you see there's a little 10 by 10 room, and yet another crawlway.
He would have kept going into the crawlway again.
Okay.
Oops. I didn't know if we were going to end up running into each other in the crawlways or something, so this is why I came through. And I see what would resemble the statue that I saw before.
Yep, back at the statue. So you see these kind of giant fiendish wings, and yeah, generally fiend-looking dude.
Right. He comes back out.
Okay. With clenched hands outstretched.
Since he was next to it, would he have a better idea of what it might be this time?
You want to make another Arcana check,
Sure.
Mr. Ulfgar?
Sure. Sure. Why does everybody keep making me make rolls with like one of the 3 skills that I have crap in? Oh my god, that's why.
Okay. You recognize it depicts a Nikoloth.
A what to who?
A Nikoloth.
Could you put that in chat?
I can.
And do I know what a Nikoloth is?
You sure do. It is.
Uh-oh, your camera has like frozen for me. I don't know if others have.
Oh, for me.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
kind of pixelating.
I'm gonna switch to Singapore. 1 second. Much better. You're back.
Okay.
'Cause I don't know if you saw that on the stream or not, but you were freezing and going. It was really weird. Okay.
I'm going to clip this and I'm going to make it in my GIF and I'm going to abuse the hell out of it.
Oh, great.
Oh. So Nikoloth is a huge or a large fiend from the Yugoloth category.
Right.
big, like gnarly looking dude. Big wings. He's got horns back on his head, pointy ears, spikes from his shoulders. He's big, like 3-toed feet. And he's got these big, muscly arms, kind of barrel-chested, barrel-waisted dude. Muscly arms with these big fists, like outstretched, and they're turned upwards like this, but the fists are clenched and you can't see inside them.
Okay. So back to Kellisto with her explorers.
Okay.
Okay, meanwhile, Tobias just going to ask who's going next.
Actually, instead of exploring the thing, I'm going to try going down to the water and see if I can try going through again with both of them in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going to hand one to Valia.
Is she wet?
Yeah.
Okay.
The water still falls on you. It doesn't like part or anything. It's not like, biblical. But it doesn't, have this massive explosion of water.
I say, well, I think that we can try to go through one by one. And I hand another one to Valia.
So what are you handing to her?
One of the orbs or eyes.
Okay. Which one?
And
the purple or the green?
I'll hand her the purple and see if that works.
Okay.
And tell her maybe you should try going through.
Do we really have a choice?
Is Valia going for it?
Sorry, I was distracted with chat. My apologies. What was going on with Valia? She's definitely up for anything that Kellisto is offering her.
So Kellisto offers the purple crystal eye, right? It was the purple one? Pale purple one?
She takes it.
Crystal eye. And is being encouraged to try going through the curtain of water with that.
Without any of the weapons or anything, just the pearl? Or the crystal?
So far.
Okay. She does it. Or attempts to.
Okay, I need Valia to make a strength saving throw as water erupts.
I chose poorly.
Whoops, she's not tied.
Strength saving throw?
Yes.
She's pretty good at those.
Yeah, she's fine.
Ulfgar tries to hop
she does
through
get
the wall.
Sorry. When I say she's fine, she's not pushed back massively. She is pushed back like somewhat. Maybe like here-ish. I mean, she does take some damage, especially because she doesn't have a handy dragon there to catch her. So she's going to take 2d6. So she takes 9 bludgeoning damage from the water. Just pounding her against the
Sorry,
floor.
Valia.
It's alright. It's okay. 9, you said, yeah.
Maybe try taking the trident with you?
Said, maybe I just try it with the trident.
Okay.
And she says, here. And she gives you back the crystal. Takes the trident. And she said, alright. Y'all ready?
Here goes nothing.
And she tries walking through again.
Yep. She gets a little soggified, but it's fine.
And she holds it up. Yeah! And she walks over to the other trident on the wall.
Okay.
Grabs it.
Okay.
And walks back through.
Okay.
And says, here! And gives it to Kellisto. So she says,
Okay.
now we both could go through. Ulfgar peeks his head back up.
Alright, I'll follow her. See if we can both go through.
Yep.
Alright. I hold out my hand and ask for the trident, and then I take them both back to the other side.
And she goes, "Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, yeah." And she gives it back to you.
And then I say, "Who wants to go next?"
Aelia says, "What do we do about Flippy?"
We can. I can attach it to him
Valia
somehow.
comes over. Flippy! Flippy! Come here! She's yelling through the water. And he starts waddling up. Now you take that thing and take it. Take it from Callisto. Take it. Take. She's trying to get him to take the trident.
I put it in his beak.
Yeah, he would take it eventually.
And it's
After
like
a little coaxing.
He's like
Maybe a little dried fish.
a little heavy.
And then I try to coax him to go in there with me.
She's like, "Come on. Come on." he tries going through.
Yep, he's fine.
So I take it and go back.
Ulfgar looks over to Tobias. What in the world is going on? Ulfgar says, "Can't you just toss those things through?" And he grabs
I didn't try. I didn't want to get stuck over there.
he grabs one of the tridents and walks over here and says, "Let me try." And he goes through and he just kind of tosses the trident back through the water after he goes through.
Yeah, that would work.
He says, "Hey, there you go."
Now you're all stuck on the other side.
Yeah. Well, we're stuck on this side now, so
Coming round the corner is. No,
So
I'm just kidding.
There you
Okay,
go.
well, I go through and toss mine back. So now there's two on the other side.
Okay.
Don't forget Tinder is like way out in the hallway there, Tobias.
I think Tinder's keeping guard or something.
Like way over here.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Let's
Hey.
go. Aelia's coming up. She scoops up one of the tridents and then passes through.
Okay.
And just kind of holds the trident through the water to see if anybody wants to take it.
I'm going in, grabbing the trident in the middle,
Okay.
and I'm going to hand it to Arokh, who will be grabbing it into his jaws.
Are
Okay.
we leaving the other one that I threw then on the other side for
No, that's the one that Aelia grabbed.
Tinder? Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think you threw one too.
Yeah.
Two.
It was. I thought that you picked that one up.
No, I already had one in my hand.
Okay, ultimately, I would have hoped that we would not have left any on the opposite side of the water, so that's all. I'm sure we'd be able to manage it at this point. You gonna be all right with your little, your Tinder-like, just stay on the other side there, Tobias?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Okay. Well then, so we're all on the other side now, yeah? Arokh included?
Yeah.
Arokh included.
Yep. Everybody's there.
So, what did you find up ahead, Kellisto?
Some more doors and some more of those little narrow passageways.
Any indentations for those crystal things you found?
No. There's a peephole thing going on, but it's too tall for me, so I couldn't.
Well, I don't think I'll be able to help you unless you want to stand on my shoulders. And he says, "Oh, here's
Sure.
another one of these things. By the way, the one at the other end, it goes around to that little like demon statue thing. It's a, what do you call it? A Nikoloth, I think they are. The big winged beasties that are really nasty. Had its arms out, fists clenched. But it came out to the platform up there. I don't know why. Just thought I'd mention it to you."
Well, what do we want to do? There's doors and there's passage.
Well, let me have a look-see down here and see where this turns to. I'll be right back. And he starts... I'm assuming that it's the same size as the other ones?
It is.
All right, he goes down to the end so he can see what he can see.
Okay. You see... Oh, hang on. I messed that up. Okay.
Yeah, I'll move him if that helps, honey.
Hang up.
Okay. He says, it goes down to another bend. He calls back down the tunnel. I'm just going to peek around there. I'll be right back. And he keeps going down there.
Okay. You get... there. When you hear a loud grinding noise.
He freezes.
And the whole tunnel that you're in starts to rotate.
Is it a circular tunnel?
Oh, actually, I can do. Wait. Oh, that didn't change what I wanted to change. Damn it all. So that would change that. So it's it rotates for a few seconds.
Okay.
And you also get the feeling that it's sinking. And as soon as it starts to rotate, actually, it cuts off the exits.
Oh. That explains why I'm not able to do anything. Okay.
So, here. Oh, no, that doesn't help. God damn it. So it cuts off the exits ahead and behind you. You feel the whole passage sink. As it kind of, it's almost like you're in a giant corkscrew that's kind of winding down. And then after a few seconds, it comes to a stop. Yeah, it's very dark.
I can't see anything with dark vision?
Yeah, you can see, but you can also see that it's very dark.
Okay. What do I see around me?
Tunnel. With
oh,
no
so
end.
it's like I'm seeing right now on the map then.
Hang on one sec, can I? It's like you are now facing, like this. No. This. Why? Roll 20. What are you doing?
Roll 20 says no. So I guess you'd probably hear some kind of mechanical shenanigans going on and a momentary muffled panic sound from Ulfgar.
So you're now in a tunnel that faces this direction instead of the other direction, if that makes sense.
Oh, so the tunnel went
So
from
it's
this to
Right.
that. It like turned 90 degrees?
Yep. So it's
Okay. I was imagining
it's now like this.
it like rotated so like my up became down and I just started
No, you did feel like you were sinking, but the whole thing kind of
Okay.
rotated.
Ulfgar inspects his feet for some kind of pressure plate that he might have stepped upon.
Make a perception check, please. You don't find any.
Okay. I guess he starts trying to walk forward a bit. Because I'm assuming it turned... Wait, what direction did it turn? Clockwise or counterclockwise, would I have guessed? Feeling from the movement of it?
You think it turned counterclockwise.
Okay, so then he would continue proceeding in the direction he was going.
Okay.
To see what he can see.
Okay.
And?
You see stone wall.
Great. He's going to do a thorough inspection of this entire tunnel area, trying to find a way out. Fulcrum release lever, something of that sort.
Okay. Yeah, Well, do you want to roll another perception check?
I have a feeling that I'm not going to find much. But have a look.
You don't find anything.
Right. I light up Bob again, hoping that the light illuminates something that I may have missed. So the end of the pathway, it's a flat wall, and the tunnel just kind of rotated against the... Well, actually, it's probably a rounded wall then.
Yeah, it has a slight curve to it.
Okay. So he tries to, like, press against the wall and push the tunnel to see if the tunnel itself will move.
Make a strength check.
Oh boy. Ahem.
That didn't show up for me.
That's a 1.
Okay.
Not a...
That's so
a
weird.
unnatural 1.
An unnatural one.
Because I've got a -1 to my score, so it's technically
Okay.
a 2.
Yeah, you feel there's no movement in that at all.
Okay. So he feels he's in some kind of spherical turning. He's gonna try sending message. Like I'm gonna put it on the middle of the map just so it's easier to see the direction down. So, but it would be, let's see if I can use my arrow. From here, he's gonna try sending it down, hoping that it'll go around the crack to where he came in, and then follow around. Because it's supposed to like pass through stuff, but if it obviously goes through so much stone or whatever, it would stop. I don't know if message works any better than that, but he would try to send it nonetheless.
So,
would you like me to post the message spell?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. He's still gonna try and send it.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's gonna try and say is to Kellisto, the tunnel turned skew-if on its side, and I seem to be stuck in here now. See if you can find another way to write me out of here.
Do I?
You don't get the message.
So I didn't actually.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't get the message.
Don't get the
But I did hear something, right?
Yeah, you probably would have heard like the grinding noise.
And I would have gone down the tunnel to
Okay. Yeah, you see.
Oh, he wouldn't have said skew-if. He would have said catawampus.
Catawampus. You see. You have to imagine it without, and you can't see like those bits, right? Like, you can't see these bits here. You just see a straight tunnel going forward and round a corner at the end. Oh no, sorry. I'm sorry. You do see something else. You see about here skeletal remains.
Oh jeez.
Sorry, I can't believe I almost forgot
He's
that.
been disintegrated. Oh.
Alright. I kind of. So I would have heard like a grinding noise, like something moving.
Yes.
Kind of shout. Ulfgar's name. I call Ulfgar.
Ulfgar, make a perception check.
One moment, caller. Got the ears
Just
of a
about.
fox.
Yeah, you do. You just about hear it. It sounds like so faint. But here in the very still, cramped tunnel that you're in, you just hear, like, way in the distance, Kellisto's voice calling your name.
All right. Half a moment. That's not really gonna help. No. Oh, right, he's got smith's tools. All right, so he'd take out like one of the smithy hammers that he's got out of his pack, and he'd use it to like ting 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 on the wall, just trying to make some kind of irregular sound to it.
Okay. Callisto, while you're kind of standing there waiting for a response, you do see that the skeletal remains have a pack on their body. They have just kind of some scraps of like, or some very moldy and disintegrated looking kind of fabric covering, like as if it was, really old clothing. They do have a pouch as well.
I will go and investigate / loot the box.
Okay. Yeah, so you can get to it. Yeah, and there's it looks like when you're looking at it more up close, that you make like maybe intelligence or medicine, whichever one you're better at. Okay, you're pretty sure this skeleton is of a dragonborn person. So yeah, you're able to snag the pouch and the pack. They also have this it's a pole arm, it's got a blade at the end of it. It's this 3-foot wooden pole with the blade at the end of it. So that seems to be the weapon that they were carrying.
Do I hear Ulfgar making noises?
Make a perception check. Yes, you do. You hear this kind of far away like sound of a metal hammer striking a stone.
I will go back and to the others.
Okay.
What'd y'all find?
So
This is Valia.
well, I found a skeleton, but Ulfgar seems to be gone.
Right. So what'd you find?
Found a dead dragonborn.
Excuse me.
I can hear something that may be Ulfgar. I don't know. I called his name, and then all of a sudden I started hearing like a slight little pounding, but it doesn't sound. I don't know if it's him for sure.
Well, who's this dragonborn you found? Where is he? She's like sticking her head down, looking down the tunnel.
I just went down the tunnel. It's like, well, go down there and take a look.
She goes down there. So when she sees this dragonborn dude.
Yep, she sees dragonborn skeleton, kind of like 10 feet in. So yeah, about there.
And she says, "Did you already check him over for goodies?"
I did. Should I continue down and look for Ulfgar? You wait here in case something happens.
All right. And for the viewers that are watching right now, we may be losing Nerevar temporarily, and our cameras may go catawampus on us because he just had a power outage. So.
Oh.
So you get to the center there, and the cameras. Woo! You get to the center there, and you hear the grinding noise again, except a lot closer this time, and the whole crawlway begins to rotate, and you see the exits are immediately cut off at both ends, and you feel like you're being raised up. And Ulfgar, so again, grinding, and you see the wall in front of you starts moving, right? And you end up back over here.
Sorry, trying to fix a few things at the moment for the viewers. But
so I pretty much ended up where Ulfgar was, and he's back.
Yes.
Oh, that worked. That worked.
All right,
that worked.
Hang on. No, you would be over
There we
here.
go.
So Ulfgar, you're there, and Kellisto. Well, you were in the center, right? Had you stopped in the center? Or... Sorry.
I'm just trying to keep it off to the side so I don't confuse with being in the same space as everyone else.
Sorry. Yeah, but Ulfgar, you see Valia down at the end, and the corridor the crawlway going ahead.
He stops with the hammer as soon as it started rotating,
Mhm.
and he puts it back in his pack real quick, and then picks it up, puts it on, and it's open, and he's like, "Oh, hey, thanks, you got me out." And he proceeds to, he just takes a quick peek around the corner. So he just does one of these around the corner real quick before he moves on.
All right.
Move my character a bit.
There you go. See another corner. Yay!
All right, and he proceeds to walk back towards her. Says, "What'd you do to get me out of there?" As he just walks backwards to her.
Valia sees dwarf butt coming back. Backing up. Beep, beep.
So I don't know what Valia would say at that. So,
I think Valia would say, "I didn't do anything.
right. Well, anyway,
We've lost Kellisto, though.
wait, what? Where? Wait.
She was just down there and the whole thing rotated.
Oh, for crying out loud.
And we found a dead dude
Where?
in the other bit of tunnel that rotated away.
Right. Okay. Excuse me. He starts walking back down the tunnel again until he gets to about the middle. And he's like, He takes out his smith's tools and actually tries making a slight mark on the ground here
Okay.
to where he believes is the middle of where he was trapped before.
So when you get to the middle, guess what happens?
Yeah?
Yep.
I
whole
visit
thing
with
rotates
Kellisto.
again. So
But we just changed places.
Kellisto, you now back. You can see Valia and the other opening, and Ulfgar, you're now down
Whoa.
underground.
Okay. 1 second while I take care of Cat.
So I look at Valia and I'm like, so what happened?
It's up to Kellisto now. Valia.
I asked about
Valia says, "You gotta just stop doing whatever the hell you're doing because you keep turning the tunnels and it's not helping anyone."
how are we gonna get Ulfgar back?
We don't need Ulfgar, she'd probably say. Who? Every time y'all keep walking back into the middle of that tunnel, stuff happens. So can't we just put the dead guy there?
Maybe it's weight bearing.
I don't know.
Do we have anything that would be heavy enough that would be a person?
Normally I'd say Ulfgar.
Well, I'm gonna go and just inspect around without stepping in that center.
Yep.
See if I can see any kind of trigger.
Okay. Make another perception check.
See if I can actually
Excuse me. Yeah, you don't find any kind of trap triggers. Or something that you could disable or dismantle or...
Whoa. Sorry, people. Just hold on a minute here. We're just going to kind of... There we go. Now you can all see Kashcah at least. Oh, and he just rejoined.
Oh. Welcome back.
1 second while I initiate everything. Welcome back.
Great.
Yes, it
I was hoping that Por will be back on. Yeah, I could also just join
Well-
join you on mobile. So yeah.
Just ignore the overlay being accidentally
Okay.
moved.
Hopefully we're not burning through your data.
What I got. Data here is cheap, so.
Okay. All right.
I have an idea. Come on, Valia.
So Tobias, all three of them have kind of disappeared into this tunnel and now seem to be reappearing, and some shenanigans are definitely going on.
Aelia says, I hear voices, some of laughter, others of frustration. Did Kellisto come back out?
Yeah, I came back out.
Yeah. So
And I had Valia come with me.
Okay, so Valia's coming with. Boop.
So, we've lost Ulfgar. So if you walk into the tunnel, like it switches with another tunnel, and then the one person is trapped until somebody else triggers it, and then that person gets. So we could be going back and forth all day. However, I have an idea, and of course, I look at Tobias.
Okay, go on.
Well, perhaps one of your dragons could go trigger it to bring Ulfgar back and then dissipate themselves back.
Aelia says, that might be slightly difficult considering his dragons are much larger than the opening.
Yeah, that's true. Good
Yeah,
point.
are you expecting me to fit in there?
How undignified. Also, no, not
Well,
gonna fit.
I'm open to suggestions, or maybe we should just continue exploring and maybe we can find a way to get him back.
Let me investigate. And what do I see?
So
What do I spy with my little eye?
you see, you don't see Ulfgar, right? You see, hang on, Ulfgar, I'm moving you aside for just a moment. That's what you see, basically. A crawlway going straight, and then turning, you can see it turns ahead to the left.
Do the remains of the Dragonborn are still here?
Yes, they are right about here.
Is there a way that I could drag them out?
The Dragonborn skeleton? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without me going in.
Yeah, because the Dragonborn skeleton is just like, at this point it's like 5 feet in front of you, right? So, and it does have some tattered clothing on it. So yeah, you think you could snag that and probably bring most of the bones with you.
Okay, I'll try to do that.
Okay. Yeah, you can. Most of them are caught up in what's left of the clothing.
And something's changed?
You've
Nope.
got a Dragonborn
You've
corpse.
got most of a Dragonborn skeleton now, like. Valia will move out of the way a bit.
Gonna make a Dragonborn flute.
Oh wow, that's so rude.
That's so morbid.
For sure.
You're so lucky that Aelia didn't have that.
You can make a set of panpipes, using different bones.
My disappointment is beyond measurement, and my day is ruined.
Excuse me.
Okay. Can I roll these bones into a sack made of this leftover cloth?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that,
Okay.
and I'm going to toss it right back.
Oh, back into the hallway here?
Yeah, back into the hallway.
Okay. Yep.
And then something's changed.
Oh, you're trying to like hit. Okay. No.
Hmm. Okay, I'm going in very, very slowly, watching my step.
Okay. Yep, nothing changes while you're standing there. Sorry,
I'm going to.
read
Hang on. Did Kellisto told me that there is a pressure plate here? Or
No,
something?
because I never found one.
I would like to search for any sort of triggering mechanism.
Okay, make a perception check.
Why does it have to be a perception?
You feel confident you did a pretty good search and you don't find anything. Ulfgar, you just kind of hanging out,
He's
eating a sandwich.
he's
Take a
ritual
short rest.
casting detect magic,
Okay.
figuring he might be here for a bit. See, maybe it's magical in nature and not something that he'd be able to normally find physically.
Okay. So you're doing like a ritual cast?
Yep.
Of that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you don't find there's no pings on your detect magic radar.
Okay.
I think probably he would detect chatter.
Nah, it'd be too thick a stone. Yeah, I don't got anything that's gonna get me out of here. He goes back to the center where he made the mark and starts jumping up and down.
Yeah, nothing happens.
He looks up to the ceiling and tries to reach it. I'm assuming it's very slow or very low.
It is very low. Yeah.
And he tries to like push on it.
Nope.
Okay, I'm going next step forward.
Okay. The tunnel starts to rotate, and Ulfgar, you are returned to this level, and Tobias, the ends of the tunnel are cut off for you.
Right. So
Great.
I'm there at this point.
Yep.
So, being afraid to cross the middle again, Ulfgar will actually go this way
Okay.
and start crossing this way.
Okay.
Say, I don't know who set it off again, but thank you. As he calls back down the tunnel.
Bye. See ya.
I'm proceeding this way.
Okay. So you see, like this.
Wait, he keeps going, hoping he doesn't run into any other.
Rotating bits.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Let me do this. 20, 30, 40. Okay. Boop. I mean, I have no idea where that could end. No idea at all.
No idea. He proceeds to just keep going down the tunnel. And then
Okay. Yep. You see.
ends up coming out.
Yep. Exactly.
And you don't need to do the description. He'll end up following it around, hoping that it just leads somewhere, seeing the door, and eventually coming around to the rest of the people.
Yep.
And he'll say, "Oh, there you are. Where's Tobias?"
Valia says, Ulfgar, you're back.
Well, if you're back, that means Spice is gone.
Oh, for crying out loud. I swear to... Oh, by the beard. So... I think it's a one-way thing. Because when I came back across it the other way, it didn't go off. But when I walked forward, it triggered. I don't know what is triggering it though, because I can't find anything in that blasted ground. Walls, ceiling. I tried detecting magic. I can't find a damn thing. So, right. Here, flippy, flippy, flippy.
Valia just looks at you, like coldly.
Right.
She might lick her lips.
What if we were to roll something down there, like a large boulder or something? I don't know where I could find a large boulder.
Well, maybe we need to go open one of those other doors and see if there's anything we can to get him back.
All right, Arokh, can you tell him that's what we're doing, so he doesn't like panic in the dark by himself in a stone chamber while he slowly suffocates.
Why do you have to be so morbid?
I thought I was being positive. At least he's not being possessed by some creature, you know? I mean, heck, I wouldn't want to be trapped by myself alone and something inhabiting me in a tomb. That'd be terrible. But let's move on.
Yeah, Tobias walking one way and another. Very impatiently.
So, yeah. Is it a ticket? This is the way you came down before, Kellisto?
Yes.
Well, let's come on then. Head up here and see what's in this room to the right. Because I think that seems to be closest to this tunnel system, and maybe there's an answer in there. And he goes up to the door and he listens. And...
Okay, make a perception check. This is like the last 7 checks, 6 of them were perception.
There you go. He seems impatient.
Why is this not? That's so weird. Hang on.
10.
10. Okay, thanks. I don't want to refresh roll 20 because then it closes all my stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, 10. Yep, you don't hear anything.
All right. He checks the door to see if it is currently locked.
It is not.
And then he slowly opens the door with caution.
Okay.
Drawing his rapier in the process.
Alright. So nothing, you don't see like anything jumping out at you or anything. This is what you see. This chamber contains a stone font filled with a steaming green liquid. Beyond it, a shadowy figure stands at an open door on the far side of the room. The figure's back is towards you.
Shadowy figure?
Shadowy figure is like standing right there.
Is there light in the room?
Boop.
Bob is still lit.
Then you just answered your own question.
I don't know if there's already light in the room though.
No, there was not already light in the room.
Alright. So I can't tell what this thing is in front of me. It looks like it's would I identify it as a shadow?
Yeah, as what do you mean as a shadow?
When you say a shadowy figure and it's only 15 feet in front of me and I've got a light source, I don't know if it actually could be a shadow, you know. I mean the creature, a shadow.
Oh, okay, right. You don't think it is? And it looks like it's actually about your height.
I move a bit to see if it moves with me.
It does. It duplicates your movements.
He opens the door further and says, I think we're supposed to bake our shadow at the font. No, that's not right. And he checks his notes.
Bake your shadow. What?
It says, slake your shadow. That's what we're doing. So maybe it wasn't at the other font. It's at this font. We're supposed to slake a shadow. Or something. Why do I have a shadow in front of me? I've got Bob here. And he's like, this doesn't make any sense. And he tries to...
Slake again?
Go ahead.
Does slake mean?
To like quench thirst or fill or.
Okay, sorry.
That's right. Yep.
Ulfgar says, all right, well, hang on to your butts. And he steps into the room.
Bom, bom, bom. Nothing happens. The shadow steps forward.
And he proceeds to kind of walk across this way and see if it like mirrors his encircling of the center.
Yes.
And he proceeds to walk across here, and he says, Kellisto, quick, get it!
Which way are you facing, Ulfgar?
He's facing the... here.
Okay.
He's watching the shadow, basically.
So, Kellisto, you see a shadow kind of duplicate of Ulfgar. Kind of looking at you? Looking through you, almost?
Get it!
Do you want me to stab it?
He just said, get it, Kellisto. That's what he...
It doesn't
know
look
what
like
that
it's
means.
corporeal.
He doesn't really know what it means either, to be honest.
Did you drink the liquid?
Why would I want to drink the liquid? You seen that? It looks like crap.
Well, do you have a cup? Maybe your shadow will drink from it. I don't.
Of course I've got a cup. And he pulls out this and he's like, what do you think this thing doubles for? And does Kellisto have a shadow in here now?
No.
He says, well, he inspects the liquid to see if we can figure out what it is.
It looks green and hot.
Could it be acid?
I mean, I guess.
He kind of does this with his beard a bit until like a hair comes out.
Okay.
And then he just kind of like dips it in the water a little.
Nothing happens.
Or in the liquid.
Yeah, nothing happens.
So it doesn't like disintegrate the, the beard hair. Okay.
Nope.
It's like, right. He gives it a good sniff.
The water? Oh, the liquid?
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't actually have a smell.
That's
Meanwhile,
strange.
Tobias is like,
Yeah. I've got all these voices in my head. Well, here, while I have a closer look at this thing, why don't you take a look at the next door and perhaps you can find something there. And Ulfgar starts looking through his pack, seeing if he can find something better than his own musical horn to drink from. Because he still doesn't want to damage the horn, nonetheless.
Yeah, I'll look through the door.
Okay. Oh, he's got an empty clay jug that used to have Tesh in it.
So this is a dusty, empty room.
What y'all doing over here? Jeez.
I turned to Ulfgar. Like, it's just an empty room.
Right.
Do you want me to go into it?
I have a feeling this room's gonna do some kind of topsy-turvy or something crazy.
Yo.
I don't know. If you want to go in it, you can. I'm gonna try giving this a drink. And he pulls out that empty bottle of Tej, puts everything back on his shoulders and stuff, and says, "This used to have Tej in it. it'll help sweeten it up a bit. And he kind of dips it in a little bit so it gets some of the liquid in there.
Okay, so when you kind of like dip the jug in, actually you notice that there's no like buoyancy to it at all. There's no resistance from the liquid at all. And the liquid doesn't flow into the jug either.
Is it an illusion? Like it's not even there?
How do you want to determine that?
Perception check.
He will reach in with his hand. He's not going to perceive anything. He's got a +8 to perception. That'd be boring. He's going to reach in with his hand.
So you kind of take a finger and like dip in, and there's nothing there.
He says, oh, it's fake. Dang, this place has a lot of blasted traps. Excuse me. Maybe this leads down into a spot we can fish Tobias out. And he puts his face through to see if he can see through this, like he's imagining it's an illusionary wall type thing.
Yeah. You see the bottom, very close up, you see the bottom of a stone font.
He comes back out again. Well, it's not what I expected. Is his shadow still there and imitating him and doing the same thing he's doing?
Yep, when you
drink out of the bottle.
When you kind of like dipped your face in, the shadow did that, but towards the wall kind of thing, like over here.
So drink out of the bottle. There's nothing in it, and he holds the bottle upside down. He says, "Look, it's nothing there. It's like an illusion." How deep would this font be?
It's not deep at all. It's like you reckon that this whole thing has about 5 gallons of liquid in it.
Okay. I can't fill my bottle. I passed through it, so I can't drink it. He tries to actually sip it. Like, puts his mouth down to it and tries sipping it.
Nothing.
Yeah, he
There's
says,
nothing to sip.
I can't seem to sip it, drink it, move it.
Well, I was thinking that your shadow would drink shadow stuff if it's imitating you.
Well, that's
but
what
it's all shadow.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but it doesn't seem to be affected either.
Okay.
So the shadow is reaching into the font as well?
No, the shadow always has its back to you. So when you were doing that, that's what I was saying. It was kind of like reaching, like sloping towards the wall.
So Ulfgar tries to turn around and says, "All right, Kellisto, you watch the shadow and you guide me so that it looks like the shadow is taking a drink from it or something." And he'll put the Tej bottle down and he'll just try and act like he's drinking with his hand or whatever in a way that he manipulates it using Kellisto's guidance.
So where are you gonna how are you gonna are you staying there doing this?
Yes.
Like where your token is?
Yes.
Oh, okay, but you're turning.
I have no idea how to understand how this thing is working. I've got a shadow that's not responding to any kind of light source, but it's mirroring me, but it's not mirroring me completely. So
it's not really mirroring you, it's duplicating you. But it's duplicating you as if it were 10 feet in front of you.
Oh,
so
okay.
when you stood here, it stood here with its back to you. And when you were leaning over the font drinking, it was leaning into the wall kind of drinking.
So if I walk into this closet, where is it?
Which way are you facing like this?
I can't see you. Oh, there. Okay. Yes, I am facing like that. Kellisto, where is it at?
It's actually kind of hovering in the font right now.
So he goes back a half of
Okay.
So
Then it
he
will
goes back
move to here.
And he leans forward into the room in front of him and tries to make it look like it's...
Oh, so you're leaning this direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
As if the font were in the square in front of him.
Yep. Kellisto, that seems to be working. Like the shadowy figure leans forward towards the font of green liquid.
I shout out, "You're doing it! You're doing it!"
What am I doing? And he's like...
Act like you're drinking.
he's trying to drink and stuff.
Yep, so through a little bit of like up a bit, down a bit, left a bit, you know.
He's like, I once saw my gaffer doing this at the end. It's a game of, what was it, charades. It's usually for people that are drunk, I tell you. He keeps going.
Okay. So yep, the Kellisto, you see that the liquid in the font is reducing. As Ulfgar is doing this, the shadow is mimicking the movement, duplicating the movement, and seems to be kind of slurping up the soup, right? And the liquid is draining. You gonna keep this up?
Aye.
I tell him to keep going until the liquid's gone.
Okay.
All right, but I'm feeling quite full.
So about 8 rounds later,
Oh,
so almost a minute of kind of slurping up this illusionary soup. It is drained. The font is drained.
I'm so slaked.
And at the bottom of the font, Kellisto, you can see there is a 1-inch diameter crystal eyeball. This one is an incandescent orange.
All right, is that it? Because I'm so done with this. He says, that didn't help us get Tobias out. That was useless. Well, to a point.
So now you've got an orange one too.
He says, I'm going to inspect the rest of this closet here and see if I can find anything that might help Tobias out. And he'll do an inspection of the room just to see if he can find any curiosity.
I'll save you the trouble of the perception check. You don't find anything.
Okay, thank you. Blast. There's nothing here. So, I don't have any easy solutions here. Is there anything that we could bring back from previous areas we'd been? Don't have anything that weighs much, short of myself. That doesn't really get us anywhere. Trading people. You start looking through my backpack.
Make intelligence rolls, please.
Who?
Well, anyone who's trying to solve this puzzle.
Sure.
Okay. You both realize that there's a bunch of weapons hanging on the wall in the hallway. That might be way enough to trigger this.
All right. Well, we've got those bones. No, we don't. The bones are gone. Ulfgar says, let's go back to the other hallway. See if we can find out something in there. We just gather enough stuff. Maybe we can pile it up there. I still don't know if it's a pressure plate or not, but either way, we just kind of... I can mage hand the items on there one at a time so nobody gets in there. Maybe that'll work? As long as we...
Try, or can you do them all at once? Maybe it's a bulk.
I can't lift that much at once. But I would hesitate that we should probably keep the trident just to be safe.
Agreed.
So he goes back through the waterfall with a trident.
Okay.
grabs all of the weapons off the walls and proceeds to try and pass back through with all these items in hand.
Yep, as long as you've got a trident, you're good.
Okay, and he grabs everything off of these walls and then sets down a trident at Callisto's, or gives the trident to Aelia.
Okay.
Says, here, you hold on to this. We'll need that.
So are you keeping both tridents? Or?
Sure, we'll see if we can get away without using either one.
Okay.
He'll give both to Aelia. And then says, all right, let's go down here and shoot, I can't grab all these at once. So he'll start trying to like drag them down and go down here, and he'll start trying to mage hand them to the mark that he had put on the floor.
Okay.
Just one at a time, and then any other junk he can find laying around, bits of dragonborn that was left out, maybe, I don't know if they're in there with Tobias.
Actually, bits of dragonborn are with me.
They're with you, okay, yeah. So that's not helpful.
So you, like piling up all the weapons. Do you have anything? Still doesn't quite. Wait, hang on. Let me look at the weapon list again. We've got hand axes, maces.
Wait, hold on. Ulfgar says, all right, so that's not enough. I've got an idea though. And he walks back towards here where the water is.
Mm-hmm.
He uses shape water to start freezing chunks of ice and then transporting those to the center.
Okay. Yeah, so between all that stuff, at some point you add a big chunk of ice to the pile, and it just seems to just kind of be enough to trigger it, and suddenly, Tobias, the walls start moving. The walls at the end of the tunnels start moving, and it all kind of, you rotate back around, and you are free again.
You're seeing Tobias sitting, leaning on the wall. We've kind of a smile on his face, like, and he is clutching in his hand the skull of the dragonborn.
It's kind of morbid. So like, alas, poor Yorick.
I didn't know him at all.
So
Ulfgar says, all right then, you've had your time out. Let's go.
Yeah, took you a while.
Yes, it did.
And I'm going to take this skull with me.
Okay.
He's going to make an ocarina out of this thing. So, head back. Whew. Well, it didn't work. We'll have to get going.
Rude.
So obviously.
Did you ever find out where this corridor is leading?
Yes. But there's an easier way to get there than going that way. So just follow the rest of us. We'll go.
True.
So Ulfgar walks back, says it, assuming that you're following along with us, and he's like, yeah. And to your right, you'll see a room with a font in it, and we had to get a shadow to drink it, and it didn't set you free, so we stopped what we were doing and headed back.
Oh, okay.
But we got another crystal.
Okay, I'm going to turn into Valia. Not Valia, Aelia. I'm not going to speak into her. We are lost. we just kind of I'm wandering aimlessly, and we need more info about this place.
She says, I think we're making good progress. We've been collecting relics, progressing floor by floor. I feel we're getting closer.
Yeah, but we need, I'd say, more insight. And I'm going to hold up this Dragonborn skull. Can you make him talk?
I don't know. Would she be able to make him talk?
It's a skull.
Right. I mean, before it had to have lips or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, it has to have some way of like. Yeah, hang on. Let me check the speak with dads.
We have done this with Giant Skull, if I do recall.
The spell fails if the corpse was the target of this. Oh, okay, that within the last 10 days. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about. No, it does say actually the corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead.
Yeah, I bring the whole skull.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a mouth though. It has a jaw, but not a mouth, right?
So Aelia says, I don't think that would work. It needs lips. But
Here, speak with that.
says I can ask if we're on the right track and if we're making progress. Not necessarily of this creature. And she could wait, no, that's Valia. I'm like, she's not gonna have that. She's got her, is it whale or woe spell that she can do. That is a spell, right?
Yeah. Oh, I think it's. Hang on, let me.
Augury.
Yeah, I think that's. Is that it?
I'm gonna click it. Rolling dragon bones.
Yep. Whale or woe. Yep, she could do that.
An action that we plan to take within the next 30 minutes. I guess Aelia says, we're about to proceed down this hallway possibly through many passages. Is this the proper way to eventually get to the Soulmonger? And then she takes the skull from your hand quickly and rolls it on the ground.
It's supposed to be dragon bones, not dragonborn bones.
Well, she also mixes it with her own. He's part dragon.
Okay, so
This task is dragging you down.
she gets a response of wheel and woe.
She says, we're on the right track. Though it is going to be fraught with danger, and we could potentially get turned around.
Yeah, but I expected more in-depth info about this.
Well, more specific questions tend to work better. Either way, stopping gets us nowhere. Continuing on is the way to go. She just seems very driven to just keep going. Especially since she's got a spell cast upon her that does that. So, yeah, moving on down. Ulfgar says, this is the other end of the tunnel, Tobias. Do you want to see? I wouldn't suggest going down it, though.
As people are moving, and say, Valia, come and look through this hole. Let me know what's there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And she comes over and just walks up. Has to kind of crouch a little bit to look through.
So it does go through to the other side of here. But
no,
she'll say
right at her eyes.
She'll say, whoa, she says, there's some kind of weird lenses or something in here. There we go. She says, She says, "Oh, I can see like a really clear view of a gold medallion." She says, "And I can see some markings on the dial behind a medallion. It's like up close and personal."
You should write those down.
There's what? Some kind of markings on a medallion?
Yeah, she says, and you actually, Ulfgar, you can see, right, on this boulder or this rock here, right? There is, Mr. I don't want a description of this room, thank you very much. A block of stone, right? On this block of stone is painted a 7-foot tall, jackal-headed human with a gold circular medallion around its neck. All around the figure are carvings of locusts.
Yee. that kind of chills you.
And Valia's like, "I can see this gold medallion. I can see some symbols around the edge. There are like 8 symbols."
Ulfgar's trying to connect the spy spot and the wall and says, "I don't see any medallions on this side."
Wait, what?
He's like, she's looking through. Hold on, let me switch to something else. She's looking through here.
Yep.
So there's an opening on this side.
Yep.
Ulfgar sees that, thinking that she's seeing something on the wall that he's looking at.
Oh, so he's looking at this wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
He looked there, and then he looks over here, and then he says, "I don't see any medallions on this side." Thinking that she's just looking through a hole. Would you be able to remember those medallions or symbols or whatever they are?
She says, "Well, the one that I'm looking at right now looks like a vulture."
Oh, wait a minute. There's a vulture. Let me look at my notes. Hold on. The vulture is the first step. Oh my god. This is the first step of the whole place. I've been here for bloody days. Alright. Well, it's the first step, whatever that means. So, and he proceeds to take a step over here. And he tries, he reaches up really high as he can and just barely probably gets his hand up. He's got shorter arms. Over where the eye opening is on the side.
Okay.
Trying to like wave in front of it. "Can you see my hand?"
Yeah, she says, "Get it out the way. I can't see the medallion when your great mitts in the way."
He looks back at the wall behind him again and he's like, "I don't see this medallion she's talking about. She can see my hand, but there's no medallion." Is there like an opening?
Wait, what? You realize, so there's a medallion on there's a medallion around the neck of the humanoid that's on.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Once more, with feeling. 7-foot tall, jackal-headed humanoid with a circular gold medallion around its neck.
Gotcha.
All around the figure are carvings of locusts.
Right. Okay. So, got it. Right. Well, there's a door here, but there's no handle. Is there a handle? It's just a big stone.
It's just a big block of stone.
Well then, Kellisto, you're good at opening these things. he just kind of steps aside. "Do your stuff."
So she's looking through the thing, and on the stone is projected the tall guy with the vulture. As a medallion.
Right here. On this,
Trying
so
to wrap my head around it.
yeah, no worries. Apparently I'm doing not a good job explaining. So on this stone here, right, is there is a right, does it say carving or a painting, right, of a 7-foot tall jackal-headed humanoid, and this guy, the painting has a gold circular medallion embedded in it, as if the painting is wearing it around its neck. It's even got like the painting of a chain, but the medallion itself is actually like embedded in the stone block.
Okay.
And
so when you look through the lens, she's just seeing it up close?
She's seeing it up close. She said, she kind of described that she could see there were lenses in the peephole. So it's kind of magnifying it for her to where she can see as well. There's symbols etched, around the medallion.
Well, I'm going to investigate and see if there's a way to get the medallion out of the stone.
Okay. Yeah, so as you start investigating it, you see that, first of all, it's about 6-inch diameter, gold disc, and it's actually engraved with the face of a horned devil with its mouth agape. And it seems to be able to kind of like rotate. It seems like, it looks like it's got like some kind of mechanism where it rotates. Like when you kind of messing with it a little bit, you can feel it has like a little bit of give, like to be able to turn it.
It's a decoder ring.
Yeah.
Combination.
Can I see a vulture symbol on this thing? Or is it just something that she sees through her lens?
Yeah, she's only, I don't think yet, because it's like 6 foot tall, right? It's like this medallion is 6 foot off the ground. So it's kind of tough to see what she's seeing, and so I don't think you have the advantage to see it from there.
Valia, can you tell by looking through the lens if I need to line anything up? Like, do I need to, this thing turn?
She says it just looks like it's lined up with the symbol of the vulture at the moment.
Well, I guess I'll reach up and just try to turn it. See what happens. Turn it clockwise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It doesn't want to turn like by itself. It feels like you could force it, like, but it doesn't want to like just turn.
Is there some kind of mechanism going on there? Can you like push and turn, or can you pop it out?
I'll try to push and turn. See if it goes a bit, gives any better.
No, it feels like you could just like crank it and force it, but it feels like there's like some kind of mechanism to it.
I'll crank it and force it.
It's like trying to turn a key in a lock that's not quite made for when the teeth are broken or something. That's what it feels like. Yeah, you want to just go for it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. So make a strength check for me.
Come on.
Oh, now I get the strength.
Comes way in your hand. Uh-oh.
It actually, it still does not move.
I look at Ulfgar. I'm like, I don't know what to do now. So maybe we just skip this room.
What is that room anyway?
If I can remember correctly, it's probably the one with the dwarf that keeps dying.
I don't like this room. We should move on. I don't suppose one of your glow balls fits in one of those things, does it?
In one of
One of them crystals
where
you
they're
got. There's like no slots or points or anything like that for it to... Nothing for it to line up with, or...
I didn't see anything, did I?
No.
Any holes?
No.
No.
Just
So, like, I think these go with the mirror.
Quick question, DM.
Okay.
How many indentations did we see around that mirror a while ago?
Hang on, let me double check. I think I remember, but I would rather be right about this. One moment. So I have to scroll through a bunch of crap to get to it. 10.
10? How many of those crystals do we have? 3?
Yep.
Oh, for crying out, criminy.
And it's at this point, Kellisto, you remember that you haven't... You looted a certain Dragonborn's skeletal remains, but haven't looked through them.
Oh, I didn't look through them, did I? Okay, I will look through them. Thanks for the hint.
Let me scroll back up. Scrolling. Okay, so you find in his pack 8 gold pieces, an ivory back scratcher shaped like a dragon's claw,
Ooh!
a holy symbol of Bahamut, and a red crystal eyeball.
Hey! That's 4/10. Right.
We have the purple, the green,
Orange, and red.
Okay. Well, it's possible we could find some more stuff, and this way may become a bit more clear in time.
Well, there's an alternative way of getting in here. Or we could go back to that clay figure, because I bet you there's another eyeball at the bottom of that.
Aye, you're probably right. Aye. Right.
Plus, there were a couple more doors there.
Yep, and I'm not too eager to go into this room myself, so...
So do we want to head back towards the pit, and then... Otherwise, I can get in through that open mouth that we saw earlier.
Well, I did find
Well,
a back...
no, I can't until I rest, but
Right.
after I rest, I can get it.
Well, I found that there is a back door to the other end of that pit, so maybe we check that out first, since that doesn't involve crossing any gaps.
Sure.
We'll have to go back through the water.
That probably isn't a problem.
And...
So should we head back?
Aye.
Alright, so...
Tobias?
I don't know that
Do you wanna
Tobias
head
wants to come along. He's done. We've got
This place is driving me nuts.
So I guess what we do is do the whole passing the trident back and forth through.
Oops.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So where are you heading?
Here.
Okay. So you ultimately you're gonna go here?
Yes.
Okay.
But that room, there's an opening. It opens up into a room in there at some point that seemed a bit strange, that it was just this small, like, 10-foot room. And that was it. So...
Well,
Aelia
we'll have
said...
to leave
Okay.
Aelia and Arokh behind.
Yeah. Aelia says, I will wait here at the water so that with the tridents. And Flippy will stay with me because he's just annoying to get through these water.
How rude.
All right, lead the way, Ulfgar.
Right. Through here. Zoop.
Okay.
Come on, Tobias, you coming? Then she like pops in.
It's awfully cozy in there.
Mm-hmm.
This is when the walls start crunching. No, I'm just
Oh yeah.
kidding. Yeah, this room seems to be like it doesn't have anything going on. It's just bare walls and that's it.
Ulfgar says, I still find this room strange. I think we should search it over just in case. Finding all sorts of secret little baubles hidden about.
Okay. You want to do a perception check?
So Ulfgar is going to do the search.
Okay.
Perception. And encourage others as well.
It just seems to be even Kellisto, you agree? It's just a bare room. Seems like it'd be a good place for a rest if you wanted. Except unfortunately not everybody can fit.
Technically, Aelia could squeeze in there, but I don't think it'd be very restful at that point.
Right.
Everyone crumbled.
Well, anyway, obviously this room has nothing to offer. Let's go out on the balcony. Have a nice view. And Ulfgar says, so what do you think, what y'all make of this thing? Could you give us another description one more time, Kashcah?
I could. Let's scroll to that room. 15-foot tall statue of a hulking fiend with furled wings and clenched fists, and its hands are outstretched like this, clenched.
Right. 2 fists. 2 baubles? Aye, right?
I'm not really sure if those glass balls are supposed to go to this guy.
No, but maybe he's got 2 of them.
Yeah, that lever
What lever?
on the other end of this room. If one of us goes and does the lever, maybe it'll open up his hands.
Ah, hadn't thought of that. Right. Well, Ulfgar like touches the dude to make sure he's like statue and not.
The question is, who's going to be able to make it over there? I can't shapeshift anymore today.
Ulfgar walks up to.
Kubasan says, "You don't need to shapeshift. You can jump.
Okay.
We are amazing
to-
jumpers. Let's do this." Oh my god.
Dude, I'm not a frog.
But you have the strength in your legs of a frog.
Okay. I'm gonna try to jump over the platforms.
Ulfgar says,
get to
I could make it so you could get across without jumping if you run.
Okay. How do you do that?
I could turn you into something if you like.
We don't need his spells. Let's jump.
Yep. Then I have to wait an hour, right, for it to wear off.
I can dismiss it. It's a concentration spell.
Okay. Yeah, turn me into a bird of some sort.
Why do I ever give you advice?
Your choice. How about something small enough to fit through the passages, but yet big enough that you'd be able to pull the lever? How about like a nice big eagle?
Harpy eagle.
Nah,
Yeah, that's fine.
a harpy eagle. Oh,
Or I guess I could just walk around. I don't necessarily have to go across this way. I just thought to save time, but I guess it wouldn't really save time. I'm just gonna walk around.
All right.
You guys wait here, and I'll shout out when I've pulled the.
Oh, okay. Right. Fair enough. Let's see. Featherfall has a range of 60 feet. Okay. If you fall,
Don't worry about the strength checks. I know you're going to be able to lift it.
Okay.
Like,
I can't save it. So
So now I have to jump across from to.
yeah,
you've got
so
the
that's-
legs of a frog.
That's an athletics check to make the jump. I
But
think we
she's-
did it last time. But
she's got
oh
frog
my
legs.
god.
I'm good.
It's got frog legs.
And I shout out, I'm pulling the lever, and I pull.
Thank you, Krog.
Okay, so
Wrong lever.
wrong lever.
Flick it back! Flick it back!
So the first thing that Ulfgar notices, Ulfgar and Tobias and Valia, there's this kind of like stone crunchy noise, and you look up, and the fists of this statue have opened. The hands have opened, so they're no longer fists. They're kind of, it's got these big mitts, and they're now kind of like, the fingers are spread open.
and
Are you gonna hop up? Well,
Yeah.
actually, hang on, because the second thing that happens is that we're all going to roll initiative
Go.
because this incredible howling noise begins, and it's not like an animal howl or anything like that. It is the howl of wind. An incredible wind, like a lot of air rushing all at once. Hang on one
or I'd say to
second.
Tobias, now's not the time for your wind spell, stop it!
Okay, so well, actually, let's do this first before we do the initiative, and then we'll see where we land after that. I would like everybody, so all four of you, to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. This is Ulfgar first. And then Valia second.
Okay. So everybody except Ulfgar,
Oh, jeez.
could you let me make sure I'm reading this right? No? Oh. Yep. So could you roll a D100, please?
All
Like,
right.
is this some? So what magic?
This is for Valia.
Okay, so wait, hang on. So we've got 42 for Valia. Okay, so the sound from the wind and the effect of this area itself now, Valia begins. She kind of like puts her hands up to her head. She's like, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop. And she begins like speaking so quickly that she's just babbling, and you can't make out a word she's saying if you were listening. But in fact, Tobias, you are not listening because you have become so frightened that you are trying to get as far away from here as you can. And actually, Kellisto, the same.
Callisto all the way
Okay.
at the other end.
Kellisto all the way at the other end. Yep. The noise of this wind is so incredible, and the effect of this room now. So Tobias and Kellisto have become so frightened that you must use your action and movement to flee from this space. And Valia is just babbling insanely. So Ulfgar, this is what you.
Okay. Do I get any time for anything, or is it just initiative at this point?
I'll give you one reaction.
He'd see that shit's happening, and imagining that there's two baubles sitting in these fists right now, and he's just going to nab them Now, this is his intent. Now, whether or not he accomplishes any of this is up to you, obviously. But he's going to try and grab whatever was in the fists of the creature, and then he's going to try and like grab Valia and like just kind of coax her to go down the tunnel and get out of this area.
Okay.
Pocketing the things. You know.
Okay. So make an athletics check.
That's assuming that they're even there. Athletics check.
Yep, you're trying to jump up, right? This statue is 15 feet tall. You're trying to jump up to get whatever's in its hands in a very windy area.
Yeah. Okay. He probably would have tried climbing instead of jumping, but still 11.
That's the same, right?
Yeah.
Is athletics is climbing now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you're able to get you're able to get the first one, because the hands are kind of like.
So there are baubles there.
And there is a crystal eye there. Yep.
Okay.
You have. Which hand would you have gone for first?
The one closest to me.
Okay, so that's the left hand. So
Yep.
that one is pearly white.
Ooh. A white eye crystal.
Yep.
Okay. Boy, I'd hate to be the person who lives here and forgot their keys and you have to go through all this crap to get in here. Man.
Are you going to try and get the other hand as well?
I will. At the same time, seeing that Tobias took off in fear and Valia is there and it's really loud, Ulfgar is going to try his chant, but I don't know if he's going to be heard because I can't tell if he's going to be able to outshout the sound of the wind. Though hoping that, since Valia is rather close to him, she might be able to hear him. But are you familiar with the chant I'm talking about?
No, what is it?
All right, this one. He'll start trying to sing while he's grabbing this other eye, if he can.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright, make another athletics check to try and
Okay.
clamber and grab the other eye. So you slip, and it's the wind is actually causing you disadvantage.
Okay.
So you slip and fall flat kind of on your back on the balcony next to Valia. And are not able to continue your chant.
Okay. I don't know when the initiative is starting.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to decide if we really need it. I'm probably right because these guys are running. All right, let's do it.
Ulfgar.
I can get by.
Thank you.
I'm going to add Aelia as well, just
okay.
because I think maybe this might be
Okay.
at some point.
Yeah, I don't know where the wind is originating from, so.
I think she might see Tobias running in a minute as well. So,
What direction is the wind going, coming, whatever?
it's actually impossible to tell.
Okay. It's just swirling.
It is. Yeah, swirling makes it sound like it's not going fast, and it is going fast. Like your beard is up in your face. There's lots of dust flying around the room.
Okay.
The rest of the skeleton's bones over here are just scattered, and you hear them clanking around the room as they're blown around.
Okay.
All right, so let's sort this. So Ulfgar, you've landed square on your back on the balcony next to Valia. She's clutching her head, kind of rocking a little bit, just babbling. You can't understand a word that she's saying.
I still try to do the same thing. Try and grab the other bauble.
Okay.
And try and continue on with the chant again.
All right. So make another athletics check, please. Nope. You are again pushed so much by the wind that you're not able to climb up. Okay. Valia is currently incapacitated. So Tobias, you have to move your maximum movement to get away as far away from this room as you can.
Who did you say?
Tobias?
He's AFK at the moment.
Oh, okay. Then, well, you know what? It's an easy thing for me to do for him. So wait. So he was there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Oh, okay, I'm here.
So you were running.
I'm running. Okay.
And Aelia does see you kind of running past.
Okay. That's fine by me.
Okay. Right. Kellisto, unfortunately you have to do the same.
Yeah, most likely I'd run up those stairs.
Okay.
I don't know how many feet are stairs. Just the 20 feet, because you said I've moved the maximum, right?
You have to move the maximum, yeah.
Stairs would be the same going up.
Yeah, pretty much. There's very minor
So
difference.
I think one more.
You have to
Here.
use, you have to use your action and your movement. So that's why.
Oh, so I have to do 60 total.
Yeah. Oh, I did longer for Tobias.
You did
didn't I?
80 for him.
Oops. Sorry, Tobias.
But
There you go.
okay, okay, because Arokh have 40 feet of movement.
Yeah. I forgot. Okay.
That's okay.
Right. Aelia's still hanging out. Ulfgar.
His chant doesn't seem to be doing anything for Valia, does it?
Correct.
All right. He'll try giving her inspiration in hopes that that will help her break out of it, or give her the strength to, by blowing his horn and then jumping back on the statue again.
Okay.
Try climbing up and
Alright.
getting the other bit, and I'll do the athletics. And that's his last inspiration. Oh dear. Oh.
Yeah, you're still not able to make it. Yeah, Valia is still incapacitated. So Tobias, more movement, more running, I'm afraid.
Where is I'm probably going to go and grab a rock.
Okay.
That would increase your speed.
Yep.
Aelia
And I'm
sees you
just
guys coming and holds a trident through the water just in case. Excuse me. I don't think she suspects anything, just sees you come bolting it.
At this point, Arokh sees Tobias in such a state that he is going to like pin him to the ground,
Okay.
and that will be my action.
All right. Kellisto.
So I have to continue to move, right?
Yep.
Still double?
Yeah, but I think like if you get to a dead end, right? I'm not sure you would double back to get closer to the room again because you're afraid of that. So I think you would kind of stay there.
I'd probably stay there unless you
I
think I
so.
have to.
No, I don't think you would move back closer to the room at the moment. Okay, Aelia.
She's probably curious as to what is going on, seeing Arokh pinning Tobias down at this point, but she's just watching there with the trident sticking through the water at this point.
Arokh is like, hold still!
Nice frightened icon on Tobias, that's good.
Yeah, you don't think Aelia would approach? I kind of think she would approach.
Okay, I mean, it's up to you, so...
Yeah, I think she would go check out what's going on.
Okay.
And I'm going to say further as well. I think seeing the fear on Tobias's face, she would cast Calm Emotion.
You're right, she would. Yeah, I just saw that. I'm like, oh crap, yeah.
So she casts Calm Emotions. Does that have any kind of like... so I think Tobias, can you make a... Hang on, I was looking at that. Charisma saving throw, please.
Yeah, I can do.
Hopefully. Okay, yeah. All right. So, the fear just kind of dissipates, just melts away, and you feel calm again.
Tobias will be panting, drenched in water.
Ulfgar.
He's gonna give it one last try. Obviously, the inspiration had no effect on Valia either. But he's gonna still try climbing up.
Okay.
Because he knows that he needs to get these, and for all he knows, grabbing them might make things stop. So,
all right.
This, come on. Oh God. Double ones? Are you serious? Woof.
Yep. Okay. Valia is incapacitated, still just babbling. Oh. Tobias.
Oh, sorry, Tobias.
Okay, I'm not afraid anymore.
Correct.
Okay, so I can get rid of this. Can I get a... Why am I not able to remove this icon? Why? Oh, okay, here we go. I have no idea what happened. I have to go get back Valia.
Okay. So you're heading back through. Okay.
Okay. Let's see how much movement I do have. Was the right click? Okay. That's probably all my move. Yeah. Okay. It will be 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
5, 50, 60. Okay, so I'll be able to get to this room. Okay. So I'm pulling myself together and going back in.
Okay.
Is there wind in the area where Aelia and Arokh are?
No.
Is there wind in the tunnel that Tobias just went down?
No.
Okay.
So Kellisto, I think you're still just gripped with fear at the moment.
Yeah, unless you're gonna force me to move. She's just like in a ball on the floor. Terrified.
Okay. Right. No, I'm not going to force you to move. Ulfgar.
He's gonna go over to Valia and try shaking her out of it.
She seems just totally in a different world, almost like shake her hands and her shoulders, and she just kind of bats you away and is just like non-responsive, really. Aside from that,
Hello?
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have anything else in this case. Short of, I mean that's pretty much what he was trying to do, is just shake her out of it, see if he can bring her around. Obviously, it's not working, and he doesn't know how to get back up there because the frickin' wind keeps blowing him off this statue.
right. So then I think next Tobias, your turn.
Okay, so I suspect there will be a wind in there, so I'm going to fight wind with wind.
Jesus, you're gonna blow us both off the balcony.
Do I really want to? Okay, I'm going to cast Warding Wind, and I'm going to just go in. Let me just check how what is radius of this. 10 foot. Okay.
Okay. So you're casting that kind of while you're still in the crawlway, and then.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So.
And does this making any difference?
It does, yeah. So, Ulfgar, for a moment, you didn't think the wind could possibly get any stronger, but for a moment it manages to, and you're almost like swept along the floor of the balcony, and then it seems to kind of subside a little bit. Well, a little bit, right? Because you're still in the area of the wind, and Tobias, you seem to be okay.
I'm trying to counter the wind that's blowing.
Okay.
That's blowing from the room with my warding wind.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just to bring it down to more manageable levels.
Okay.
And hopefully stop the noise that's bothering Valia.
Right. So we'll see if that has any effect for Valia later. Kellisto's still kind of huddled. Aelia will kind of come over here to the entrance of the crawlway and says, "What's going on in there?" You hear this kind of.
No.
Well, yeah, I don't think you hear it because of the wind. Ulfgar.
I'm assuming that Ulfgar sees Tobias with his warding wind at this point.
Yep.
And he's got a firm grip on the balcony. I don't know if it seems to be making any effect on Valia or not. But he points to Tobias and then points to the fists and makes a grabbing motion. and he's like got one arm like linked on the balcony right now. He can't get up there to get it. But Tobias seems to be pretty much just like walking around with wind whipping around him. So he's trying to convince Tobias to go and get the last orb.
Can you just do the mage hand?
Can I? No, because I have to see it. It's above me in a fist.
Okay.
So it has to be in there. It's something that I can see. Otherwise, I totally would have. Excuse me. Probably would have gotten blown away if I did have it anyway, but still. And I guess that's about all I can do. He'd try and figure out if this is some kind of magical effect, if it's sound-based.
Okay.
Wind-based.
Yeah, I mean, the sound is kind of coming from the wind.
But is the sound driving Valia crazy, or is it the wind driving her crazy? Or I guess he's trying to figure out the magical cause in nature. Can I make an Arcana check to figure out what's going on?
Sure.
Okay. 12.
You think it's this? Well, you think it's the wind, and the sound from the wind. So it's
Okay.
yeah, is yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm done.
Oh, go.
I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, and Valia does not seem to be calmed by Tobias's warding wind spell.
Okay.
Hey, Tobias. What you doing?
I'm going to hold on my action for now because I have to go be right back.
Oh, okay. Alright, so let's just I mean, Aelia can't climb in.
Ulfgar would try leaving at that point, going around to the other side and pulling the lever. That would take some time, though.
Okay.
He was going to cast Silence, but he can't do it because the verbal components are lost with
The sound of the wind.
Yep.
Okay. Let me look at Tobias's sheet for a moment. Oh,
Okay, I'm back.
okay. So Ulfgar seems to be getting ready to leave the balcony area. But what would you like to do for your turn?
I'm going to grab the Valia and try to force her into leaving the area.
Okay. Yeah, she's actually and while she'll try and bat your hands away or whatever, she's fairly kind of you can guide her to do this. But she's just, because she's more just in her own world inside her mind now. So
Got it.
so yeah, you can
Inception.
kind of guide her out of this area.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, doke. So it will take you a while though. She's not in a hurry to move anywhere. So Ulfgar, are you going to follow them out? Is that
shoot. That makes things a bit awkward. He's just gonna, if Tobias is dragging Valia out that way, he's not gonna try and cut past them because obviously he can't. And he'll probably wait to see if them leaving, if the wind reduces, or at least with Tobias's wind out of the way, he'll then continue trying to climb up and get the object.
okay? So yeah, Tobias, you're kind of able to get Valia hustled into the little room that you found there. So yeah, Tobias's warding wind would be out of your area now, Ulfgar, if you want to make an athletics check.
Hold on, it is athletics.
Are you going to keep the wind going, Tobias? Or?
No. I'm going to disperse wind as we leave the room with the statue.
Okay. You just can't get a break with those athletics checks.
No,
man.
I can't.
It's crazy.
He is short. What did you expect from him?
Okay, so
I've got disadvantage on it right now, so it doesn't help.
right. So Tobias, you'll be able to get Valia hustled out of this crawlway, to Aelia, and then Aelia will use another one of her spell slots to cast Calm Emotions on Valia, and Valia will stop the insane babbling that she was doing, and kind of like leans down against the wall and says, "That was exhausting," and then she says, "So where's Ulfgar and Kellisto?"
Who's asking, Valia
Good
or
question.
Aelia?
Valia.
I think both Valia and Aelia.
Yeah, I think they would both look at you, Tobias, and say, "Where are they?"
Didn't Valia seen Kellisto? Like she's going on the other side.
Yeah, but I think that they don't know where she is.
Valia and Kellisto were both mind influenced at the same time. All three of you were, actually. And this room is dark, so I don't know that anybody actually would know where she went.
It's true.
Because she didn't have a light source with her.
There is a torch, though.
Yeah.
There's one at either end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she went on the other side of the room.
Are the torches still burning with the wind?
Yeah.
Are they untouched by the wind as well?
I mean, you saw the flames being battered around, but they didn't go out.
I was like, that'd be interesting if it's just me that's getting battered around and there's actually nothing affecting anything else.
Magic.
A little bit of that. Excuse me. Do I succeed?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I grab it, I nab it.
Finally.
And did the wind stop?
Nope.
Okay. Proceeds to go around and catch up with the rest of the people. Tobias, get out my way.
This one is scarlet colored.
Is what?
Scarlet colored.
Okay, hold on.
Scarlet in color.
Yeah, it's scarlet eye crystal.
What was the other one?
It was pearly white.
Yeah. Oh, it's pearly white, not just white. Okay. Pearly white. Scarlet eye crystal.
2, 4, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 more.
Yeah. Ulfgar says, "We've got to go see if we can find Kellisto. She went the other way. Follow me, quickly." And he starts showing them the way that he went with Kellisto before, which is back through this tunnel here. But instead of going in, he'll say, "Valia, we'll need you. There's a plate in here that will need to be lifted. I won't be able to move it."
Yep, she will.
Plop, plop.
Yep. After a few tries, she's able to lift the plate up.
And he'll help, as he did with Kellisto.
Mm-hmm. And she exits the other end.
And I guess he didn't see what Aelia was doing to help people out. But he'll come out here. Obviously the wind is in here.
Yep.
Okay. And he sees the lever.
Mm-hmm.
Mage hand the lever.
Okay. Mage hand the lever, and the wind stops.
Oh, thank God. Jeez. And he says,
Am I
well,
still affected by the noise?
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got, a few more minutes at least.
he says,
Got
well,
5 more minutes probably.
that's a bit better. Valia, I'm going to try and make it across here. She's probably through the other side. I'm going to try hopping. Can you give me a boost? Toss me.
Valia grabs you by your breeches, gives you the biggest wedgie you've ever had, and then gives you a hand across.
Okay. And is it
Yeah,
acrobatics or
advantage.
athletics?
Advantage on athletics, you're jumping.
Okay.
So.
There we go. And he hops across, and he doesn't wait for Valia. He figures that she can. It's like a step across for her, so he busts through, not seeing her here. Instead of opening the door, he will just proceed on, thinking, she probably just kept going, because that's what he would have done. Don't want to be in a room here, and then he'd probably come across her down there.
Valia says, "What is this?"
Just forget it. She's over here, needs our help.
Okay.
I am huddled in like a fetal position on the floor with my hands over my ears, just kind of like crying.
All right. I try the chant.
Can I see the charm? Oh wait, it's
I can
counter
click it.
charm. Is
Yep.
counter charm right?
Mm-hmm. It gives them advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Okay, so so Kellisto, make another wait, what was it? It was wisdom saving throw, please. Okay.
Hey!
So you're able to overcome, you hear kind of Ulfgar's dulcet tones through the madness that has gripped your mind, and they somehow soothe you back to a calm state of mind again.
It's okay. It's all right. Are you okay there?
Is that your chant?
No. I mean, seeing her return, stop hyperventilating, he just kind of fades out with it, and he's just.
I kind of look at him and get all embarrassed. Just kind of stand up, wipe my clothes off, and then just like, oh, okay. I guess, let's.
He's like,
let's
right.
speak of this and that. No, never.
Next time you want to rush to show us where to go, you just give us a heads up first, though, okay? And he just kind of gives her a little bit of a wink.
She glared at him.
Right. Okay. So,
Alright, let's give it a turn.
let's go tell the rest of the people here what's going on, because Valia or Aelia is probably just all a panic at this point. Meanwhile, Aelia.
Yeah, but
Where's my soulmonger? I need to smash.
yeah, I mean, I turned to them I bet you there's another orb. I think, pointing down to the clay monster.
Valia says, "I can take him." Kubasan says, "We can take him."
Ulfgar says, I could take him. Let's... No, kidding. Let me just see if I can send a message to the others. Maybe it'll get to him? No, it won't. There's a freaking door in the way. Oy, this place. Wait, where does this other door go up here? Does this connect back to the other pathway? He tries the door.
Wait, where's the door that you're seeing?
I think he's thinking about the plate.
Yeah, he was talking about the plate in the hallway up here, or in the little tunnel up here.
Okay, alright. You want to try that door though?
Yeah.
Okay. So that door is open. Wait, hang on, let me check.
explodes. Oh, dead.
Okay, yeah, that door is open.
Okay.
So this is probably the most... So you're opening it, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. It's probably the most complicated room to describe. Even though it looks simple.
Okay.
It is complicated. Because it is. So the door there opens onto, imagine like a funnel turned on its side. The door is at where the spout of the funnel is.
Okay.
Okay. And you see into what's basically like the room is shaped like a drum or cylinder lying on its side. With the south end tapering towards the small door that you're standing at.
Mm-hmm.
Carvings of demons decorate the stonework with flickering flames in their eyes.
Carvings of what?
Demons.
Okay.
And you can see over here in the ceiling is a hole.
Okay.
And this end of the room is about 15 feet tall.
Ulfgar says, I think this might work, and he takes a step into the room.
Okay.
Does anything happen? Is he dead?
One moment.
Does it flip upside down, spin around, shake him around like like a maraca?
Oh my god.
Sorry.
No, nothing happens actually.
All right. So Ulfgar continues walking so that he's underneath this opening.
Okay.
And not realizing that it's still blocked, would still use the message spell. Trying to send it to the others, and it wouldn't work. So, yeah. Because there's a freaking plate here. Brr. Says, I think that this might lead up to the other passageway, but it's a bit up there.
Okay. So at that moment, this door swings closed.
Oh, cripes.
And you actually hear like a ka-ching when it closes. And the room begins to revolve.
Okay. Is the opening still at the top?
Yes, that is still at the top, but the room itself is revolving.
Okay. Like, hey, this is cool. I'm in like a fair. I'm at a fair.
It's
and
like
the
you're in a
room is
big dryer, you know? A big tumble dryer.
So right now I'm just kind of like walking to maintain it, or is it like as it's rotating, the gravity changes with it type deal?
No, the gravity doesn't change.
Okay.
And in fact, it's starting to speed up. And it's getting a little bit faster.
Okay. So...
And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Great. See, this is why if I don't say things fast enough, bad things happen.
I did pause there. Okay. You're able to stay on your feet. Kellisto, you've seen this door just swung shut.
As it's closing here. Oh, crap.
I run over to the door and see if I can try to open it.
It seems to be locked now.
Ulfgar tries to make his way to the door and cast knock.
Okay. Hang on 1 second.
So.
1 moment, because we're going to get back into initiative.
Oh boy. I've done it this time.
I'm going to
That's what I get for trying to take a shortcut.
use Valia. Boop. Okay.
So I need to do initiative.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm on it. Who else? Everyone?
Well, Tobias, I'll leave it with you if you want to. If you think at some point you would go check out where these weirdos got to, then
Yeah, probably.
okay. Then could you roll initiative as well?
Can do.
Thank you. I'm gonna leave Aelia because she's not able to fit through the crawlways. So
Yep. And she's got the tridents anyway.
okay.
She'll probably just kind of stand down here and wait for anybody to come out either way.
Okay. So then Tobias and Ulfgar.
Yep. Cast knock.
Oh, so actually, could you make another dexterity saving throw before you do? Sorry, you need to make one every turn, basically.
Okay, can we assume that I'm right behind this metal plate?
Yeah. You can open it.
Yeah, that's the question, actually. So this is down at the moment.
Okay, so I'll try to open it.
Okay. So make a strength check.
No.
So then, okay, and then Ulfgar, you've fallen prone and are now being kind of bounced around this room a little bit. So you take some damage from this room that is now spinning quite quickly. And Kellisto, you can hear this kind of mechanical gear noise, significant mechanical gear noise behind the door there. And so I need to roll some damage for you. Sorry, Ulfgar. So you take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then another thing happens. Okay. So stone spikes start protruding from the inside of this giant drum that you're in, and you also take some piercing damage.
Did the knock spell work?
You take 5 piercing damage. I'm just trying to. I don't know the. If you fall over before you get to the door, how are you? I guess you're using the rest of your movement to kind of get back up again and get to the door, and then you could cast knock.
It just has to be within 60 feet, and it's a verbal spell.
Oh, so you don't actually have to touch the door.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I'm just shouting at it.
All right, yeah.
Open!
Then yes. Yes, the knock spell works. The door opens, and Kellisto, you can see Ulfgar being kind of like tumble-dried in here.
Help! Help!
And he gets there are these stone spikes as well.
Whip me out! I don't care!
Sorry. The visual is quite amusing.
So I'm looking to see if there's anything I can do to help him.
Okay. So are we still trying to keep up with the order?
Yeah, it's Valia's turn now.
She'd probably just be laughing.
Yeah, I think she's like doubled over laughing at the moment at Ulfgar being tumble dried. Kellisto, do you want to? She's gonna hold her action and see if there's any way she can help you, Kellisto, with getting Ulfgar out of there. But right now she's just laughing too much.
I ask her if she has any rope that I can use.
Does Valia have any rope? Let's have a look.
It was originally used for the waterfall. Oh, that was Aelia.
She does have rope.
Oh, okay. I ask her for some rope. And I try throwing some to.
Yeah, so she'll say, and I'll hold on to this end as well. So she kind of feeds a bunch forward to you, and holds on to it.
Shout at Ulfgar, grab the rope!
Yeah, I try to grab the rope, but it's not my turn.
Alright, so Kellisto, you're chucking the rope in there.
Yep.
Taking it from... Oh, I just realised...
It wraps around the spike, starts...
pulls you all in. Alright, Tobias, you want to make another strength check, see if you can lift that plate there?
Yeah, I have to get through one way or another.
He's like, I have to see this. Not I have to save Ulfgar, it's I have to see this.
What's taking them so long?
You can see it from above. There's a lovely viewing hole. Ulfgar getting tumble dried. Okay, Ulfgar.
Yeah,
I would do that, but I have to get there first.
Alright. What do I need to roll?
Let's go for crap. Probably originally if this was 3.5 I would have done
A sleight of hand?
I would have done a reflex save. So let's go
Acrobatics.
for like a dexterity.
Dexterity save or check?
Probably
Big difference for me.
yeah, whatever's better. I don't care. Yeah, sure. You're able to get it. You're right there. You're like 5 feet.
I do my best to pull myself out at the same time as them pulling
Yeah.
me.
So they'll pull you out and you pull yourself out. Yep.
Ow.
The room is still going. Still revolving. Okay.
Ow.
Alright, that was fun.
Oi. Ow.
You sound disappointed.
I thought it'd be safer than jumping across the balcony to that little tiny alcove. Oi. I mean, maybe it is if we can get a rope up through there, but oi.
Dude, we should try the other door at the end of the hallway. Maybe there's stairs.
Wait, what other door? The one that you're at?
The one I was at.
I thought that took a bunch of those little globy bits before the door had opened. We were still short.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, I've got 2 of them. Hey, hey. And he holds them up in front of his eyes.
We should wake up this clay monster and see if there's another one.
I think we should see if... Well, remember, we were trying to get back to the rest of the group, so they didn't think we were perished. Especially since we've got this darn rock tumbler going behind us.
So Tobias. Oh, so you've got okay. So Tobias, eventually you'll be able to lift the plate, right?
Finally.
Your strength is, you've got enough strength to get there eventually.
We all show up. Quick, go back the other way.
So then, yeah, which way do you want to go?
Yes.
I would like to check this bit.
Okay, so there's a crawlway that seems to just open out with no, like it's a hole in the wall up, that's up about 60 feet.
I'm going to shout, Ulfgar, Kellisto, Valia.
Even Valia, wow. Ulfgar say, "Oh, I hear him. Come on, let's go get him." Hey, there you are. We were just coming to get you. Come on, you can make the jump. Take my hand.
What did you jump up there?
Yeah, you just jump across. It's fine. Don't look down. Kellisto, if he falls, hit him with your thorn whip.
Maybe it'll be much more convenient if you would pass me a rope.
We don't have any of that. You'll have to just jump across.
Make a deception check. Oh,
where is it? There it is. He winks as he says it.
Oh, okay. So you're obviously... It's fairly obvious to Tobias that Ulfgar is fucking with you.
Valia shows up. What are y'all doing?
She's just like curling the rope up to put it back in the bag.
Excuse me.
I think we should go back to the others and take a long rest. It's been a long day.
Hey, there's a safe room over there. I was just in. We could rest there. Oi. All right, maybe we try and get back to you then, Tobias.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
I don't know that there's anything for us to... Well, here, Valia, you want to try tossing the rope across?
Valia says, sure.
Just one end of it, not the whole thing. Hey, you never know.
So she's gonna make it kind of ranged, and she fails completely.
This is why, because she could have thrown the whole coil at this point.
She just gives it to you.
Ulfgar says, "All right, hold on a second here," and he just mage hands one end of the
Okay.
rope.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to grab it.
She's obviously still just laughing too much from seeing Ulfgar
Yeah,
in that
she
room.
is.
so-
Yep. She says, Tobias, you should have seen it. It says he was going round.
Oi. Frickin' this temple, I tell you. Ooh.
So you guys using the rope to swing across, kind of?
That's nice.
I'm just gonna jump.
Okay.
Of course, you're half frog after all. So.
Oh yeah. So you're able to jump. Badoink. Valia says, I don't need this rope. I can jump. She jumps as well. Excuse me, come through. Alright, Ulfgar.
Ulfgar ties the end of the rope to the balcony.
That's my rope.
And he
Valia
says, I will be back for it after we've got a good rest. But for now, we can leave it here, and then it can be a safety in case we fall. Or in case I fall, alright? Leave it alone. And he tries standing up on top of the balcony edge, holding on to the rope, and tries hooting across while holding onto the rope, just in case he ends up like falling or something. So, athletics.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, so he makes it across, and he like drags the rope, in here a bit, and then just kind of like leaves the coil where it is there.
Okay.
Says there, so we can pick it back up on the way back. We'll be all right, just in case, because there's obviously nothing to tie it to around here. And then he says, right, so let's go lift that gate. Strong ladies first.
So you,
Yeah, I'll go with Valia and look.
Oh my gosh.
you come around the corner and it's up still.
Oh, perfect.
Hey, Tobias. Don't know your own strength. Good job there. I'm afraid we're going to come back and find Aelia chopped in half now. This is not... this is not good.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Who was the third person through?
I was assuming it was Tobias because we're all in a line.
Yeah. But, hang on, where is my token? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Why? Am I getting chopped?
Hang on. One moment.
I'm going to move my token with everybody else so that I can at least just have everyone on the same screen.
Okay. Tobias, make a dexterity saving throw. Please. Hang on. You guys are terrible. Moving the flapping tokens while you're still there.
All right.
You
I'll
are
come
still
back.
there. Alright, so the sheet, this plate, as you're shuffling under it, Tobias, you hear a click and the plate comes crashing down, and is going to do some significant damage to you, I'm afraid.
If I see it happening, I would try to push him.
Tobias just lost his head.
Oh crap. So this is like,
Great.
you're trying to react quickly again. So could you make a dexterity check? I know you're trying to push him, which seems like strength, but you're trying to do it with speed, which is more dexterity.
That's fine.
Okay.
A dexterity check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't.
It's a 9.
It's a 9.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
All right.
Yeah. For some reason, your rolls doesn't appear for me either.
Yeah, I have to look at them on stream. I don't know what the deal is with that. Oh god.
Oof.
What?
What?
Oh!
You take 39 points of slashing damage as this sheet almost cuts you in two.
Oh! Oh!
He's still alive? Tobias, you okay? Are you still alive?
So I have a crazy question. Is he pinned? Or is it just like slashing as he like
No,
goes through?
he's pretty much pinned at the moment.
I got 7 points of hit points.
I guess.
There's a loud scream.
Yeah, I can see that. Ulfgar would try knock again on this thing to see if he can get it to open. I don't know if it's going to even affect anything. He'd still burn the spell.
Yeah, it's not really a door to...
Knock doesn't just work on doors. But hold on, here
Yeah.
There we go.
Door, box, chest, set of manacles, padlock, or other object that contains mundane or magical means that prevents access. Okay, sure.
And it says it can be a mundane lock that is stuck or barred becomes unlocked, unstuck, unbarred.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, so you burn the spell and the plate raises back up and clicks back into place.
I immediately pull Tobias, like at least on the other side. Not a lot, so he's out of the harm of it coming down on him again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The whole time I'm like, I'm sorry. This is gonna hurt.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to kind of move him out the way.
Ulfgar activated. So he's through now, yes?
Yes.
And it's currently up.
It's currently up.
He activates Stone Skin from the helmet, just to be sure. And hops through as quick as he can, trying not to even touch the ground because he's afraid that it's going to set off a trap. But that's a big jump in a small space.
Yeah, I don't know that you can really jump in a crawl way.
He's still going to do like the whole penitent man thing where
Okay.
Indiana does and tries like tumbling or whatnot. But
Okay. With least amount of strength, I'm just going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
I also cast it on him just so that
on level 2. 23.
Wow. We crossed that thing how many times? Jeez. It's the
look at
simple
Ulfgar. Like, now we need to sleep.
Aye. Let's go find a place.
So where are you thinking of sleeping?
I don't know. Oh, how about that cauldron room? That's empty now. Where I had a shadow. Could all fit in there. Cast my dome.
Yeah, we could do that.
Can I get through the tunnel, please? There's a backup in the tunnel.
It's okay, it's fine.
You're fine, Nerevar. You've been hit harder than that. By a fireball. Jesus.
Hey.
I don't know that he has actually, because
that was 60-10? Jeez.
Now you know I couldn't look while I was rolling it. I don't think he has, because there's your max hit points. What are your max hit points, Tobias?
My max hit points are 48.
So it wasn't much more than that, because for that fireball, because otherwise
The fireball downed 2 to 3 people in the group.
Okay. Maybe it was. I don't know. Anyway. So you're doing the thing, passing the trident backwards and forwards. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Alright. So when you come back up to this room, the first person in the room, the shadow will appear and is a replica of the first person who enters the room. So who's going first? Just so we know.
I think Kellisto, because he's next to the door.
Yeah, I'll go in.
Okay. Alright, so the shadow appears and Aelia says, this is disturbing. She says, I don't think we should stay in the room with this.
There's not really any other place we can stay.
Unless we would like to go back to the previous floor.
Wow.
She says, let's shut it in the cupboard over there.
I can make it go away by just having it drink from the font.
Is the font
Or is
even
there no liquid? Is the liquid gone?
There's no liquid there.
Alright, I try to get it into the closet.
Yeah, and you can maneuver it, right? Because by walking forwards, basically, it will walk forwards, and then, once it's here, then you can shut the door. Aelia says to you, though, Kellisto, don't move far from that door, because I don't want to share this room with that entity.
Ulfgar says, don't worry, I'll put my bubble up between her and it.
She says, okay.
And Ulfgar casts magical Ulfgar bubble. Kind of centers it in the room.
Okay. Flip, you will climb in the font. Circles around like 3 times and then nestles down.
That's amazing. How big is the Ulfgar bubble? I forget. It is 10-foot radius. Hemisphere. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then what was it you did? Aura. 10 foot, right? Yeah, like that. That's pretty cool. So he'd do it maybe there.
Okay. All right. So as you settle in for the night, it's all quite still and quiet again in this tomb, and
It's transparent, by the way.
okay, thanks. Right. And are you setting any watches, or just just Arokh and Tinder again?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yeah, you're able to settle in to this room then, and everything becomes quite still, and you're all able to find some place to kind of prop yourself to fall asleep, and I think we will leave it there for today.
Ouch.
Whew.
That was a lot of hurt today.
Hey, you weren't the one who was almost chopped in half.
I just meant in general. There was a lot of hurt. That last big wallop just almost took you out, sir. Whew. If it weren't for Flippy, you'd be dead.
What?
I don't know. Just random. All right. Well, tune in next time, folks. Maybe you'll see one or more of us get chopped in half yet. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks, players. Thank you, Kashcah. Thank you, viewers. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.